Clickety
River
clack
college
off my
rolls.
back.
Clickety
What's
clack.
whatever you have to do.
Perfectly average.
11.
How is that an 11, but also a 10?
Yeet. 14, I'll take it from last week.
I'll be less cheaty.
13.
second
Damn it,
roll.
no 12. Fuck. Alright, wait, hold on. I haven't rolled. 12. Fuck.
Wow, you got what I got.
Way to break the spread, Tart.
Guys, gals, and non-binary pals, welcome to War of the Pardon my stroke. Welcome to War of the Shattered Sun, episode 50. It's the big one, the big 5-0.
Yeah.
Oh,
And we're
shit.
celebrating a month of me joining.
Yes.
Hello.
Yay!
Yes. Welcome. I am your humble Dumble Master, the one and only pudding pastry fairy tart, and I am joined by my lovely cast of intrepid adventurers: Punkyard Dog, CG, Joe
Hi.
Mojo, Wolfstalker 16, J Frost 747, and Wicked River 97.
Stop, dog, stop sniffing my sock.
We got Punk back tonight.
Yay.
Punk lives. Stomp. How are we doing today, guys?
I'm tired.
I'm
tired.
I'm Dad.
I too am dad.
True.
Everyone-
High five, Dad
everyone-
Club.
It
Yeah,
took everyone to
definitely.
make that joke.
It was a group effort.
We're all dead here.
It takes a village to raise a child with all of these dads.
It really does, though. Let me tell you.
All right. Do y'all want to go ahead and get started?
Roll the bones.
Let me find some music and we can get started. Let's see. Let's go with...
I need more cheese.
Wait, did I pass it? I might pass it. I want to specific areas. Last time, having defeated one of Skull's Hell Raiders, Toru, the Pack, and having narrowly lost sight of Nin Chimera, you all moved to regroup with Cassius within the walls of Dry Hollow, the city you had just retaken. You regrouped with Cassius and his men to report your efforts and plan your next steps. Cassius had Toru thrown in a cell for you all to interrogate, and he also mentioned that the pit on the western side of town still needed to be investigated, as it seemed that is where most of the retreating forces fled to. You all had a small break before receiving a few rewards from Cassius, and then moved to interrogate Toru. After some failed attempts at intimidation, Flit took the lead and struck a sort of plea bargain with him. Bring back his men, and he would be a bit more negotiable. You all then moved underground with Cassius and a platoon of soldiers. Underground, you discovered a horrid sight. Thousands of innocent civilians that had been encased in gelatinous cocoons that were slowly mutating these innocents into orogs, stealing the memories of their past lives and leaving them with a sense of emptiness, one that can only be filled by purpose. After some investigating, you deemed the area safe enough to have Cassius's men begin the procedure of releasing those imprisoned. You moved further inward and found that the progressing tunnels had been manually caved in. You also found Nin Chimera, who had been pinned underneath one of the cave-ins. With 2 broken legs and no means of escape, you all procured the Eye of Odin and exchanged a few final words with her before ending the once trusted Major. We now find ourselves back on the surface. The news of the day's events has spread to your distant allies. You all were reunited with Jericho, Diana, and Theon as they were warped into the city to attend the funeral pyre for Nin's body. Now, the light spit of rain and the crackle of flames are the only sounds to break the deafening silence as you all watch her body burn. With the rumbling of thunder in the distance, Cassius seems to be stoic in this moment, thinking. What would you like to do?
So Corbin will look at Cassius. It kind of he will kind of pat the side of the pocket that the eye is sitting in, and he'll look to Cassius and say, "Look, before we go any further, I personally have to know what is with this eye in the Umberwood."
Cassius still kind of has his arms crossed a bit. He doesn't really look at you, but he kind of takes a deep breath. I did tell you I would show you, didn't I? I promised you, in fact. Kind of nods. Alright. When we're done here, I'll take you all over there. Just let me know when your group is ready.
Can I insight Cassius?
Go for it. Where are you trying to insight?
I just kind of want to get a good grasp of what he's feeling right now.
Vibe check? Roll for vibe check.
Yeah. Rolling for vibe check.
Based on
21.
21. Based on what you know, him and Nin were good friends. He's, despite what happened between them and despite everything she did, he's still in mourning.
Flit will walk over and just kind of stand with him and stare into the fire near him.
She saved my life once, you know.
Oh?
Back a long time ago, when we had just started off this crazy adventure we had gotten ourselves into. I had gotten myself in over my head. Got in trouble with some bad people. She risked her neck to save me. I've had a chance to repay her for that.
You know, Nin, she seemed to have done a lot of bad things, but she tried to talk us into seeing her way of doing it. She was focused on what she could do to help people, and it took her down a wrong path, but at the very least, the intent was there. Maybe if you're looking to repay her, the best you can do is hope to do the intent, but not the method.
He looks over at you and he gives a very, strained but soft smile and kind of puts his hand on your shoulder. Kind of nods. What would the rest of you like to do?
Can Crow like to try and take his free hand?
Okay.
Giving her a proper burial can be payment itself. But a tribute, like Flit said, would be to continue helping others. As you already do. But just continuing that.
Thank you both. I appreciate this.
So give him like a reassuring squeeze.
You feel the squeeze on your other hand from Diana as well.
Corey just gives you a really cute smile.
She sort of leans in and whispers, heard you all did a very good job with what you've done here. A lot of people are really thankful for what you've done for them.
Chloe just smiles at her a bit softly. She's like, yeah, that's good. Really good. Just try to put more positive in the universe.
Would anybody else like to do anything? Going once? Going twice? Okay. After about 10 minutes of a little bit of rain and the smoke from the fire, the smell of smoke, you all eventually begin to sort of wander away, and you sort of group up again. And Cassius goes, "Alright. I told you that I would show you the secret of the Umberwood. I promised you. You could either do that now, or we could go back and talk to Toru first, whichever you would prefer."
Just gonna kind of rub her shoulder. I'd like some time to think about what to say to Toru.
The elf would like to see the tree.
Fair enough. I just head on over there then.
Maybe seeing the tree will give us an idea of what to say to Toru.
So, with that in mind, you all begin to make your way over back to Cassius's manor, and you find yourself in a familiar scene once again when you enter the garden area where the base of the Umberwood is planted. Again, despite how many times you guys have been here, in fact, you were just here earlier today, it's still a bit staggering just how massive this tree is compared to not just you guys, but frankly the rest of the city. Cassius kind of guides you all and kind of looks around. This is my first time stepping out here since, well, the last time I was in the city. I can tell you all fought hard.
I think the bear that Sarah gave PTSD to is still running around.
Poor bear.
It's unlikely, as I believe that was one of Toru's familiars, quote unquote.
I thought they all poofed.
They did, and if the bear was running around, it likely poofed as well.
Oh, damn. That means my bear trap is out there somewhere.
Probably. Hopefully it's disarmed.
Corey kind of giggles when he says poof. Sounds cute.
Alright. He sort of takes a deep breath. The eye, if I may.
Corbin will take it out of his inner jacket pocket, hesitate just for a small second, and just put it right into Cassius's hand.
He sort of lingers for a second as you pass it to him, and even without rolling an insight check, you all can kind of see he's feeling a bit hesitant as well. He sort of looks at it for a moment.
Tart,
Yes,
could I roll insight to try and see why
go for it.
he's hesitant?
Go for it.
19.
19. This is a big deal. There's a lot of meaning behind what he's about to do, and he knows that. And he seems to be asking himself if he's ready for it. But find this other track. I forget where the song is. There it is. Cassius slowly approaches the Umberwood, the eye in hand. As he approaches, you see the tree relax. It moves and gestures. A small section of the base seems to open up for him, much like it did for you and Diana, Corey. It seems to be waiting for something. You all hear Cassius mutter something under his breath. For anyone here who speaks Sylvan, which I believe is Flit and Corvin, you hear him say, "Hello, old friend. I brought you a gift. One you gave to me years ago." And he slowly inserts the eye into the open space. Takes a few steps back. You see the tree accepts the gem and seals itself again. He turns to you all and begins to approach. You all may want to take a few steps back.
I will do so.
And he sort of kind of lightly jogs it closer to your group, kind of turning back, and as he gets closer and like walking backwards the last little bit of distance. A few moments pass, and you feel the earth beneath your feet begin to rumble. It quickly intensifies as you see this massive split form in the base of the tree like a fault line, starting from where the tree enters the dirt, rising up to where it leaves, where the leaves form at the base or at the top. You see the bark begin to peel back, giving way to the Umberwood's hollow center. Within, you see an incredible sight. An interior with many geode-like crystals and a massive green dragon. Its wings encasing its body like a bat. The body composed of a mixture of vines and scales, sheets of moss hanging down from the base of its expansive wings to form the tendons that are used to fly. Huge wooden antlers that spread from the top of its head, much like that of an elk. It spreads its wings, releasing this massive gust of wind that nearly knocks you all over. Its front legs crashing down forward into the dirt. Its huge neck lowering its scaly head forward, just in front of your group. It opens its bright yellow eyes and releases an exhale. Its deep, booming voice shakes you all to its core as it speaks in Sylvan. For those of you who speak Sylvan, it says, "Cassius Cormac, you have awoken me. You're making this a habit." Cassius begins to reply back to the dragon. Again in Sylvan. "Forgive me, my friend. The world is changing, and it may need you once more." He sort of turns to the rest of you. "This is what I've been hiding."
Kurt,
Yes.
could I roll history or something to see if Sarah can figure out who this is?
Go for it. With advantage.
So this isn't. So we're all seeing the dragon. We're just not. If we don't understand Sylvan, though, we're not hearing it. Them.
You're hearing it, but you don't understand what it's saying.
Well, yeah, but like,
16.
yeah, we're not hearing like the message, but like we're hearing words, obviously.
Yes.
Things. dragons.
But when Cassius turned back and spoke to your group, he did say, "This is what I've been hiding in common."
Yeah, Corbin would have been translating if he wasn't freaking just struck with awe right now.
So what kind of dragon is this?
It is a massive green dragon. And when I
A
say
very-
massive, I mean like far bigger than any of you ever seen. In terms of like on the D&D like size scale, this would be a colossal size dragon.
Oh, baby. That's a
Uh,
big dragon.
I'm not sure if you guys heard me. I rolled a 16 for history.
We
16?
did not. Thank you.
You all remember, well, Sarah, you remember going back to the conversation when you were discussing the quarter dragons. And you remember the mention of one excuse me. One dragon that was green to represent like the leaves in the trees and was covered in vines, referring to the dragon Odim.
Sarah will speak sort of breathlessly in awe, just a single word. Odim.
Can Corey roll a history check now, hearing that?
Sure, with
It's like
advantage.
she was just like in awe of dragon and now name. Wait, do we know
Anyone
that
who
name?
wants to can roll it with advantage.
I will take that chance.
Sure. History, you say, yeah?
History, yeah.
Fuck me at 10.
10?
Damn.
10.
She's in awe of the dragon.
Dirty 20.
20 win.
10, 20, 21.
6.
Flint, I'm gonna say you don't need to roll, frankly, thinking
Okay.
about it now.
Oh, that's right.
Because you have the encyclopedic
Blim.
knowledge on the Court of Dragons.
True.
But,
21.
21?
21.
21.
Wait,
Uh,
does that mean Flits are Encyclopedia Flitanica?
yeah,
Aha.
pretty much.
Uh,
So, everyone except Lily, you're able to put together that this is Odim. Lily, holy
Corey?
shit! Even with a 21, you're like, holy shit, that's a big fucking dragon. You've
Yeah, Lily's okay. Realizing Lily is only like 3 foot tall,
you know what?
she just looks at this thing and is like,
Oh,
You know what? With the 21, a long time ago, you read a book that seemed to be telling fairy tales, folk stories, on these ancient, benevolent dragons that have found themselves in the world. And you always sort of wrote them off as a kid, you know? You never paid too much attention to them. You enjoyed it as a kid. It was kind of what sparked your big interest in dragons, but you kind of figured growing up, oh, you know, the silly fairy tales, whatever. But this matches the description of one of the dragons mentioned in that storybook.
you just kind of hear Lily whisper, "Holy shit, it's a dragon."
Sort of, Odim sort of looks to you, the rest of the group, and your varying emotions. And again, it speaks. I see you have added more to your adventuring guild. This time it says it in common.
Okay, cool. I was about to ask.
Cassius sort of looks back to you all again. Yes, these all what we have been referring to as the New God. A wonderful band of adventurers that have been helping us with some recent problems. I see. Well, as long as you mean well, then you are allies. He says, kind of swaying his head, looking to the rest of your group. Cassius turns to you, Corbin. Overwhelming, isn't it? That's what happened with me the first time as well. Did the fucking music stop? Excuse? Oh.
I think so.
No, it was just the end. It
You
like
got
stopped
super
at the
soft,
end.
Gotcha.
Very like
Yeah.
abrupt end.
Yeah.
It had a few seconds between the end of the song and when it repeats, so I just had
Yeah.
to-
That's annoying.
Hate that. Can you just fade into it, please?
Yeah.
Exactly. Like so Corvin's mouth was agaped, and then he kind of closed it shut, like forcefully, without that loud like clicking sound of the teeth. It's back to being agape again.
Okay.
Corey's still bowed. She's not even looking up. We do mean well. Your wiseness. Sorry.
I appreciate your respect, the gesture, but there's no need. Rise.
She'll do so a little reluctant, like, again, not like, wow, big scary dragon, but damn, you are wise. Damn, you know so much. I am in awe. Like, respectful fangirling, if you could think kind of like that.
Also, I've put something in lore drops for you all.
Oh, holy fuck!
Damn.
Let me take a
Oh,
look.
fuck.
Oh!
Oh my god!
I'm
Eyes
more
lit up like
intimidated.
almost poggers, fucking. But she's just like, wow.
Corey is
Wow.
pogging right now.
She's like, wow.
Stars in your eyes and everything.
Never in
Fucking
my-
absolute
Exactly. Egg. She's a
unit.
circle of the stars, Druid. Yeah.
I'll show this for the stream as well. This is not original art, but this is what I've been using as reference art for Odim.
I am more intimidated now.
I want to hug it.
Absolute unit, as you can
I
tell.
wanna hug it too. Don't worry.
Shout out to Mira Art for doing this for whatever reason they decide to.
Yo, Mira Art, you rock. I don't know if you'll ever watch this, but just in case.
Damn, is your art great?
Cassius looks to Odim again. But yes, a lot has been going on. The Hellfire Assembly has returned again, and it seems they intend to release Normandy. And Odim its head sort of coils backwards. This is troubling. You can see it sort of begins to think for a few moments. I must seek out some of my siblings, wherever they may be. But I assume, and he kind of peers at your group, I assume your friends may have some questions. And Cassius turns back to you. This is a one-of-a-life experience. I can imagine some of you have questions. If you do, now is the time to ask.
Can I hug you?
Oh man.
No, not that.
What the fuck do you ask a damn dragon?
You can see
You ask a dragon god.
it slowly puts out one of its claws, like, up to you, Corey. And, like, its claw is, like, about as big as your entire body.
I mean, it's like it's not like a when I feel bad for using the word fangirl because it's like it's not like a glomp hug, whatever. Like, oh, XD hug. It's just like a reverent,
Lol,
like
XD.
kind of like what you would.
Like seeing a mentor again after a
Yeah.
really long time. Yeah, I get you.
It is such a privilege to just see you. Thank you for letting us be here.
When you hug the claw, Corey, you can feel that its claw is smooth, like almost like a bone, but it's got the texture of like a tree. Kind of like just hugging like a big old oak tree. What did you say one more time? I was thinking about it and I couldn't quite remember.
Me?
Yes.
Cora was just saying, was just thanking him for letting them be really just in his presence. Like, you know, dragons are private beings.
I must thank you
Especially
all.
this one.
I must thank you all, young Reihua Corey, for protecting my tree. I thought I saw potential in you and your partner. And you can see he looks to Diana. I trust that apple has come in handy.
Of course, thank you. Her face kind of her face turns scarlet red.
You look back to Diana, and Diana is like starstruck.
Cora will hold out a hand to Diana, shaking a little bit.
She takes it and she sort of comes up and she also feels the claw. She just sort of mouths the word wow under her breath.
I hope too that I live up to the potential that you see. Of course, it's a joint effort, partners, but we'll do our best.
Take care of each other. And this world will take care of you.
She's fucking floored. She's just like, holy fuck. She's just staring up at all.
What about the rest of you?
I have a question.
Okay.
Sarah will
Agreed.
tentatively step forward and ask, why the Underwood?
It turns back and looks at the Umberwood, and you can still see the massive, like, geode-esque structure that fills the inside of it, just glistening with the evening sun, evening sunset. When we began our creation of this plane, this was the first tree that I created. One that could act as a sort of parental figure to all the rest. And one that could act as a home, should I need it. It has stood here for thousands of years, and it shall stand for many more. When this world goes, it will be the last thing to die. I hope that answer is sufficient.
It does. Thank you.
Anyone else? Corbin.
Sorry about that. My wife brought me something that I said I was going to take care of.
You're good.
So, kind of mumbling under his breath in Sylvan, he's just going to say, "You passed out a web, but you can talk to a dragon. You passed out a web, but you can talk to a dragon." And he's just going to kind of muster up some form of courage. Odim, What? This is awkward to ask. What happened with Norman? Fucking shit, I had something for this. I have to ask, is it purely a Normandia's brother passing that kickstarted all of this, or was there literally anything else?
You can see he sort of becomes a bit more stoic for a moment, kind of looking up into the sky, and then looks back at you once more. What happened with our brother was unfortunate. It was something that we had prepared for a long time. But despite that, it still took our father, if you will, by surprise. He was hurt, and feelings began to bubble for years and years. But our brother's death was not the catalyst that unleashed our father's wrath. But that is something you have to learn on your own, from one who is not I.
It's not your story to tell.
Exactly.
That is fair enough and more straightforward of an answer than I've been given by some people. This is a more of a personal question. They said you had a pink-scaled sister in charge of the Feywilds.
Give me 1 second.
I can't remember her name.
I had to pull up my sheet because I couldn't remember off the top of my head. Yes.
I'm looking.
Nyarmut.
Narmut. Thank you.
I'll put it in the game chat. Nyarmut.
And this is who Corbin's supposed to ask?
This is apparently the dragon in charge of the Feywilds.
Yes. In charge, quote unquote. It was the being that largely put together this realm's version of the Feywilds.
Interesting. I don't have this one down.
So, Nyarmut, would you know if she would be the one to try and get in contact with about, I guess, and this is actually the first time he's saying it out loud, overthrowing an Archfey?
As you're beginning to talk, you all see he visibly, inhales, sniffing. I can smell her essence on you. You are not of this plane.
No, I am not. I am one of my matriarch's citizens, one of Coladora's from the Villas.
Coladora. An odd one indeed, but a powerful one. If you seek to overthrow an Archfey, especially one of such magnitude,
if I can't reason with her to stop her selfish gains, I may as well have to prepare for it.
well, if you manage to find my sister somewhere in that plane, your connection now with me may be able to give you a leg up, as they say. But They're not. Overthrowing an archfey is no trivial matter. You'll need powerful allies and more powerful magic.
I will do whatever it takes for her to stop whatever the hell it is she's doing. Even if it means I have to become a fae myself.
Flip.
If it means I have to... Sorry?
No, keep going. Sorry. I thought you were done.
Even if it means I have to replace her as the one in charge.
You can see at this point, Cassius kind of looks back at you with shock, but kind of like a, you sneaky motherfucker. Kind of like that, like, sneaky, like, smirk.
I shoot him a very, like, smug grin.
You were bold, Corvinalakir. Don't let your ambition die.
Ambition is all I have left. Well, that and a decent group of friends and a very attractive sailor girlfriend, but I'm out of spells. I can't shoot it. Crap.
Flip. You watch as
It has not been breathing this entire time.
I wasn't sure who that was at
Jesus
first. Like, I've been
Christ.
scared. I was like, whoa. What the fuck?
Oh!
It's the first time I used my hold breath ability. No.
Flynn has been
Motherfucker.
holding her breath for about 10 minutes now.
Yup.
Flynn has gone from red and blue to pure purple now. Looking like fucking Sid from Monsters Inc.
Prepares the lightning spear. Clear!
What? So many questions. Are you going anywhere? What will you do? Where are you gonna go? What about the Eye of Odin? Is it your actual eye? Are you okay being in after the tree? How long were you in the tree? What was it like being in the tree? What's it like being a dragon?
As you're asking these questions, it lowers its head and comes up closer to you in terms of its face than anyone else in the group. And you feel a pull of air as it sniffs you. You have a familiar scent. Curious.
She kind of calms down a little bit. Thank you. Team. Does my magic come from you?
I'm uncertain. Flit, you feel a small crawling up your back as Toshi exits your cloak and kind of comes up onto your shoulder.
I will glance over to Toshi. What's Toshi? How is Toshi interpreting this?
Toshi, oh god, I need to find the
Gonna
gift.
shit himself, the poor little dude.
Hold on. Isn't there like a gif of like, it's like a lizard from an animated movie that's like shaking? I don't fucking know. But Toshi, yeah, much like Punk says, Toshi looks like it's about to shit itself. But at the same time, oddly calm?
It's kind of like it's about to do something, that kind of like nervousness when you're about to do something big even though you prepared for it.
Yeah, kind of like getting ready to like give a speech.
Mm-hmm. I will
start the music
pet
again.
Toshi ever so lightly. she's losing her words, both in canon and above game. What will become of the Ummerwood now? Will you just depart it?
As you ask that, he seems to snap back to attention for a second. Make me an insight check.
Oh, I really wish I had proficiency in insight right now.
Can anyone
Oops.
do it or just Flit?
I'm gonna say just Flit.
Damn.
18?
Okay.
18?
Hey,
Hey.
that's pretty good.
He was observing Toshi there for a second.
Damn.
He sort of snaps back to your question and he goes, "The tree will guard itself once more. And while I do what is necessary in this world, it will stand here, awaiting my return."
Flip will nod. She has one follow-up question, but she very much is curious about that. She's just gonna look to Toshi and then look to Odim and just be like, Did Toshi catch your eye?
My curiosity has been struck, unlike how it's been for a long time.
Would you like to know about Toshi?
Kind of tilts his head slightly. Yes. Where did this Toshi arise from?
I'm a little ambiguous on the exact details myself, but Toshi seems to be the last remaining bit of my tribe. And I think my friend Reno is responsible for making them. Or saving them?
He sort of squints his eyes. Reno. The tiefling.
Yes.
That one has always been quite curious indeed. Sort of looks back at Toshi again. Take care of this small one. It means more than you may originally know. And slowly begins to raise its head back again.
Well, Odim,
Yes.
nothing could stop me from protecting Toshi and taking care of him. But I'm glad that you also feel the same.
Odim, who hasn't really been like against any, like hasn't really been like frowning or upset by your presence at all, for the first time kind of cracks a bit of a smile. Good. Take care of it. And he will take care of you. That I am sure of.
Flip will stroke Toshi and just kind of calm him down a little bit.
Toshi kind of like nuzzles into your hand a bit. Flit, you notice that Toshi is oddly warm in this moment.
Can I roll something to try and figure that out?
Roll me an Arcana check.
Go, dice roll! Natural 20!
Natural 20.
Hell yeah.
Yes! I just exited the game!
God damn it! The amount of times I've done that too.
He's broken free of the Matrix.
With a natural 20, you piece together that Odim and Toshi have just made some sort of connection. As to what that connection is, there's no way to really find out just from like observing Toshi, but you get the idea that they just had like some like the spark just sort of ignited between the two.
Oh, man. I'm gonna put that nugget away for later.
Cassius turns to the rest of your group. Anyone else?
I had something and I completely forgot it.
Oh, I had a question, but this is kind of like an above game question I didn't really want Flit to ask.
Okay.
Will the Umberwood still help with Nexus and his illness?
That's the question I have.
Ah,
Would you like me to ask it then?
go for it.
I'm going to rephrase it slightly if that's okay.
Go for it, go for it.
Okay. So, Sarah will step forward again. Without you in the tree, will the tree still give presents? I think that's what they would be referred to as.
As you sort of ask that, Diana begins to speak up as well. Yes. The young prince, Nexus Aragon, I believe you know his father. He's taken ill. He's been ill for a long time. You gifted us some of the tree's nectar to help him. Odim sort of peers over at you two. As long as you all keep on your course, the tree will gift you what you need, whether I am here, whether I'm not. Diana seems to tear up a bit. Thank you. The
Will there
child... Go ahead.
Will there be a way to tell if you're in the tree or not?
From the outside, no. But I feel that my slumber has ended for... That was a weird way to phrase that. I feel that my slumber has been put on pause for the good. Oh man,
You're okay.
Yeah, I thought of the word and then it
Doing
just
great.
completely went out the back of my head. He's gonna
I
be awake
just-
for a while. That's what I'm getting at. So don't worry about it.
My slumber has ended.
My slumber has ended. I will be awake for some time. Smile. Yeah, start the fucking song again. He looks at Diana one more time. The child you mentioned. He has an incredible power. Take great care for him. The world will need him soon enough. Diana just kind of quietly nods. Does anyone else have questions for Odim? Going once. Going twice.
I got a couple stupid ones, but nothing that's gonna really.
Wait, did someone ask what it was like for him to be a dragon?
That I assume awesome.
I can
I've
only
got-
imagine.
I do have one.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
Go for it.
Odim, what is it? This is such a weird question. What is it like being, well, a being that lives as long as you do, seeing people, civilizations change in your lifetime? What's that like?
It is a gift, but also a great burden. One that I don't carry lightly. It is one that opens your eyes to the many wonders of this world. That is why I care for it, so.
Thank you.
Curious question. If what the god has told us is true, you and your siblings replaced the previous deities in this world. How did that come across to be your family's position?
Is that what you told them? Cassius Cormac. Cassius kind of turns back to him. I wasn't alive for this. I actually don't.
It was Nicholas, by the way.
Oh, of course it fucking was.
You were very dead.
I was very
Very-
dead, yes.
Thanks for reminding me.
Odim
Just a
speaks up again, Kyle looming a bit closer. The deities of the Forgotten Realms very much still control this world. Me and my siblings are just the ones who made it.
Wait.
What?
Hold. Ravon actually steps up. You're saying the gods, they still yet live.
Of course.
So,
Fucking, there's just that one, like, meme image of, like, the woman doing all that mental math, but just Photoshop Ravon's face on there.
Rovon.exe has stopped working.
You literally hear the Windows 95 error. Boom.
hey Tar, I do apologize for asking you to repeat something. You said that you and his Odim's and his siblings did what?
They simply made the world.
Okay, so the gods are still in charge. They're just the quarter dragons are just the creators.
Yes.
Okay.
There are gods, and then there are makers, and those are that is the quarter dragons. Sarah, I believe you had a question.
Yes, I do. Sarah kind of takes a second to compute what was just said. So, those of us that pray to God, say the Greek pantheon, it's not in vain. They still hear us.
He looks at you curiously. Greek pantheon. This is not one I've heard of before.
About Gabe, did I forget the Greek pantheon isn't actually the name for
No,
it in the
no,
world?
you got it right.
Oh, okay. Yes, the Greek pantheon, consisting of Zeus, Hera, Aphrodite, Ares, Artemis, Apollo.
These are not gods I have heard of before. Corey, you see Diana, her heart, you can like see on her face, her heart kind of drops.
What are some names that you know?
I know the gods that control this realm. The ones responsible for the many things within it. Paylor. Hold on 1 second. Paylor. Sylvanus. Talos. Loth. Tyr. And you all have heard these names before.
Did he name any that? Wait.
He's just giving a
Sorry.
few examples. He's not saying that those
Yeah.
are the only ones.
No, yeah. So the. Fuck. What's it called? Oh no. What's the giant cathedral we just. Fuck.
The Agodea?
Echodea. So the Echodea. Do you know their gods?
Diana sort of turns to you. The Agodea worships gods of all religions, even those not normally practiced. But doesn't necessarily mean that they all exist, I guess.
What? Shit, what was the one that Diana fucking.
Apollo.
It wasn't Apollo.
Apollo is Diana's god.
Oh, yes, Diana, I was trying to. What about Apollo? She turns to Odim.
I apologize. I've never heard of this god before.
But
What
go
do
by
they
many
represent?
names. She'll turn to Diana.
Diana goes, Apollo represents, well, Apollo represents light, healing,
Archery,
sometimes music, yes, occasionally archery,
the sun.
the sun.
While his
These-
sister represents the hunt, the moon, and also sometimes archery.
In terms of this, Apollo sounds quite familiar with the Dawnfather, Paylor. And your goddess of the moon. That sounds familiar with Saloon, the Moon Maiden.
What of the Titans?
The Titans I am familiar with. Massive, hulking beings that seem to have been made by the world itself. Not beings of our design. Perhaps one of the gods, but if so, I am unfamiliar.
It's over to Diana and just like kind of like gives a little bit of a thumbs up.
She sort of looks at you. By that definition, Atlas could very much have still existed.
Oh, I'm no longer having existential crisis.
It is a lot to take in, I can imagine. And it is not information that is to be shared freely. Imagine an entire civilization having their hopes and religious beliefs shattered. Can you imagine that kind of world?
We understand, Odin. The old guard have already warned us of this.
Is there anything else, gang?
Nope.
Yes, but I don't want to hold everybody up.
Dude, if you have a question, ask it.
There's a little fucking dragon in front of us.
We could
Yeah,
call this the last question.
Nah, like honestly, if how I can if what I'm thinking about works the way I'm thinking it does, then I could just literally message him whenever.
You would think.
Granted,
Smile.
you know,
Mm,
God.
maybe.
Maybe.
Well.
Maybe not. Who
It
knows?
might work.
Mm.
Yeah, exactly. I will play with it later.
No, I would ask just to make sure.
Your call.
Lily is just absolutely awestruck and really has absolutely no idea what to say right now.
This is a lot for Lily to take in. Absolutely.
This has been a massive week for her, honestly.
Absolutely.
This thing is like 20 times my size.
At 20? Try 200.
Okay, yeah. 200 times my size. And I'm just here like,
This is essentially.
I have a dragon sword. We're gonna just not say anything. We're just gonna stand here.
You guys are essentially having a conversation with Godzilla at this current moment in time.
Yeah.
Green Godzilla with wings.
It's hippie Godzilla.
Yeah.
So Corvin is going to just kind of look up. He doesn't look like it's not an easy question to ask. So, with this ritual that we are trying to take part in, is this the sole way to make sure Normandia does not come back? Or do we have to figure out a way to kill him?
All creatures can die. Some require far more effort than others. But with the extreme power that Normandia has, the Web of Erebus is the safest bet to keep him sealed away from this world.
How many artifacts do we need to make sure the ritual is completed then?
You would need all of them.
Fuck! Damn it!
And I know you all have offered me one of them, which will be returned to you.
Thank you, Odin.
As for killing Normandia, that would take the sole power of a god, and of which you, I believe, have.
Corvin's just kind of contemplating a lot right now. He's plotting.
If there are no more questions about game,
I'm good.
Yep.
I copied and pasted. all the stuff about the dragons in the meantime, so I can read it later.
Okay.
And all the relics and stuff.
Okay.
Fair.
Very fair.
I sneeze. Give me 1 second.
Watermelon.
Watermelon. No, it's not working. Cassius speaks up. So, where are you going to go now? Odim sort of kind of looks off into the distance towards the setting sun. I'm unsure. But I must find my siblings, wherever they are. They must know what's coming. You all take care and protect each other. And his wings, whoosh, in this massive torrent of wind, spreads out just for hundreds and hundreds of feet, covering the entirety of this area you have found yourselves in, reaching out past the manor grounds and into the city itself. Woof, woof, woof. And he, with surprising speed, bursts forward off into the sky towards the setting sun,
So
releasing
did the
this...
entire city just see that?
Oh,
Sorry.
Most certainly.
Okay, so he wasn't glamoring or hidden. Okay.
No, it would
To be fair, the entire
damn.
city probably saw like all of this.
I'll tell you right now, because it would have been quite obvious. He was most definitely visible to the entire city, and you would have to.
Was he just crouched down, like super hunched over, talking to us this whole time?
Yeah, pretty much. He's got a long neck.
Oh,
He's got
Oh,
like
that
a
poor
big neck,
dragon's
so
back.
he was able to like sort of like lean his way down to you guys.
I failed that.
oof.
This
Wait,
would
All
be-
people struggles.
It's kind of like seeing him from a distance would again kind of be like seeing Godzilla from a distance, like just big, you know. But
abo-
he
I
casts.
have to ask.
Okay.
Above game.
Above game.
Would the orcs have seen this?
As far as you know, there are no orcs in the city anymore.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying any that were fleeing.
Who knows?
Hopefully they were underground, Shifty Eyes, Shifty Eyes.
Shifty eyes.
Mm.
What?
Hmm.
He takes off his massive shadow, casting over the city, flying off towards the evening sun. And as he does, the tree slowly begins to seal itself again. Almost as if nothing happened. That opening in the front of the tree, sort of presenting the Eye of Odim.
Grabbing that.
Hey, Cortha,
Yes.
can I see the Eye of Odim real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Flit, after this whole exchange, is going to look to Toshi, gonna nuzzle him a little bit. Nothing to be afraid of anymore. And I'm going to cast Identify on it.
I'm
Yeah.
going to need you to make me an Arcana check.
Is there any
Okay.
way that I can assist?
You cannot.
Damn.
Lick.
Blem.
Punk wasn't here. We learned in the past couple episodes that Flit doesn't need to actually look things to cast Identify.
But why
You
not?
guys would have found that out in
What?
game.
Why not? Lick.
Because possible curse shit.
It's optional, but usually the best way to do it.
True.
13.
No lick.
Okay. With a 13, you have trouble actually reaching through and discovering what this gem does. It's almost like something is preventing you, kind of like a safeguard. What you do know is that this eye takes 12 hours to attune to.
Fuck!
It's a long attunement.
It is. But that is unfortunately all you managed to get.
Okay, that's fair. Well, I suppose it is a very powerful artifact.
It's kind of like when you, it's almost like it overwhelms your senses in a way. Kind of like, how can I describe it?
It's kind of like, almost like being bombarded with so much information that you can't make sense of anything.
Yeah, like Edward Elric.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cassius sort of turns to your group. So, we all have our secrets, huh?
Yeah. I'm not surprised you kept that one.
Yeah, you can.
I keep. Fuck.
You can imagine. You can imagine why. How do you go about, telling your people, "Oh, I've got a giant fucking dragon in my tree"?
Well, if how big it was any indicator, you might have to start with that one.
Maybe. Well, regardless. Shall we go talk to a smaller green individual?
I completely forgot about him, and I didn't even think that was possible considering our last conversation and encounter.
I mean, you don't have to go and speak to him, but I figured you wanted to.
Well, gang,
I honestly got nothing besides telling him, hey, your friends left you.
I mean, I'd probably like to know more about what's going on with the conversion tanks.
Right,
Yep.
forgot about this.
Yep.
The Matrix pods.
Yeah. We should probably ask him.
Okay. You guys move to talk to Toru?
Yee.
Okay. You guys begin to head back over to the prison where Toru is being held. You head inside and you find that Theon is actually in here. He seems to be observing Toru to some degree. And as you guys approach, Cassius goes, "Theon, can I speak to you for a moment in private?" Theon sort of, without saying anything, just kind of walks over and the two walk outside. Cassius sort of turns back to the rest of you. See what you can get out of him. But don't be too distraught. He is one of the Hellraiders. There's a chance he won't share anything. But try your best. And they continue outside. Let me change the music.
Above game.
Yes.
Did anyone want to take the helm of this, or did you want me to go ahead?
Take the what?
Take point.
Oh. I mean, I would like to, but he seems to connect with you a bit better.
That's why I asked.
It's just...
You all move over to where Toru is being held. The guards that are there sort of move off on their own, seeing you guys approach. Toru kind of looks up at you guys. He seems to having kind of like his head kind of hanging, looking down at the ground. You're back. How'd it go? You get my boys?
Well, as we went down there, we certainly found some orcs.
You found our little operation then.
Converting the citizenry into other orcs.
Clever, isn't it? And you can see he is just smug as he's talking. He also, you can tell being a bit closer to him, it looks like he's been beaten up a bit more. He's got like another black eye forming on his right side.
I have to imagine that the guards were not too pleased.
No.
Or, yeah. Why?
Why? We're fighting a war. Wars need soldiers. When you have a fast pass to getting yourself some good hands, you take the easy way.
Did Skull come up with this, or was this given to you?
Truth be told, I couldn't tell you.
So we've been killing citizens.
Yeah, that's right. You're killing your own. Don't feel good, do it? Now you all get to know how we've been surviving for years. Doing nothing but killing our own.
Can I insight that?
Go for it.
Yeah, as well.
Yep. Go for it.
8.
How many of us can insight that?
I'm gonna say anyone can insight.
10.
10.
Alright. Don't fail me now. Insight.
17.
22.
19?
I think we're missing Sarah. Do you want to roll?
She's out for a second.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Moving to her phone.
Okay. You all would be able to tell, regardless of what you rolled. He doesn't seem to be lying. He seems truthful.
Can I mention something real quick?
Sure.
I assume that we're talking to him through the cell.
Yes.
And yet, none of you could think about moving into a more advantageous position elsewhere outside of your landscape.
Acceptable losses.
The acceptable losses from generations of stupidity?
You could call it that. Or, you could call it a plan. Who's to say?
Okay, you're losing me here. A plan. You were just complaining about generations upon generations of orcs fighting each other, and now you're saying it's a plan?
Oh, that's my mistake. I misinterpreted what you meant. That
do
was
apologize.
my fault.
I was making fun of him for you had generations of people trying to fight to survive, and yet y'all didn't think, I'm gonna go elsewhere.
I thought you meant they didn't bother moving their pods elsewhere.
No.
Yeah, that was a mistake on my part. So,
Now you're fine.
kind of retconning that a bit. We tried. Lots of us tried. And you know what? Every other kingdom in this land denied us. Said we were too violent. Said we wouldn't fit in. Said we needed a stable government.
I could literally throw a rock and hit a half-orc on the backside of the head who has acclimated to society.
Yes.
That's not an excuse.
You haven't lived the life we lived. You haven't seen how the orcs of the Fiercelands live compared to your standard half-orcs or orcs born on the outside, outlanders. You don't get it.
A stray dog can still be brought into a home and be taught proper.
And when the master dies, the dog's still gotta eat, don't it?
Fair enough. But that is a next of kin problem, not mine.
It's not everyone's problem. That's like a stray taking it out on pets just because pets have it better.
That's why some of the orcs, some of the war bands, were finally beginning to get along. Said, if we can make peace with the other regions, maybe we would have a shot at a proper civilization. One where we aren't killing each other to survive. And then Skull came about. It chose violence as a way of negotiating. Even now, he's probably still at war with the Crimson Marauders, as well as the rest of the country.
And you? Sorry. No worries.
What about me?
If you were given the choice, which one would you choose? Would you choose violence? You've followed Skull's commands, and everyone seems to listen to Skull, but that takes away agency from you. So I want to know, would you choose violence?
I would choose whatever benefited me the most. Whatever would allow me to keep on living.
I don't know what other choices you may have made, or where they may have taken you. But your choices led you here, to this cell, to this form, to working with these people. And I'm sorry.
So am I. Weren't my first choice, but no one stands up to Skull. And I'm damn good at what I do.
Flit is going to stare at Skull for a minute or so, and then wordlessly walk out of the room.
Flit leaves. What do the rest of you do?
Wait, who left?
Flit.
Cora will just sigh and follow Flit.
Does anyone else leave?
I'm going to follow after them. As fast as my little legs will let me.
I assume at this point you all begin to sort of shuffle outwards. Unless anyone decides to stay.
We told him that they just left, right?
We actually didn't mention what happened to his crew.
Okay. Corbin is gonna mention, by the way, the tunnels are collapsed. All of your men just left you here.
Sort of chuckles a bit. Good. And they follow my orders.
Not the cleverest plan to try and trap us down there, but I'll have to give you credit for it.
Oh. It weren't meant to trap you. You need worry about that.
Oh, whatever could you have planned? He's just kind of saying, like, he's just kind of being a little rude saying that.
Toru just smiles. His big, mangy teeth. Looking like fucking Baraka from Mortal Kombat. Do you add out as well, Corbin?
And if he's not telling me what the idea was, then yeah.
Okay. You all slowly begin to file out. You head outside and you see Cassius speaking with Theon. Cassius sees you all come out and he goes, "How'd it go?"
Not great.
Don't worry. We'll get more out of him. It'll take time, but we'll do what needs to be done.
It just kind of sighs a little bit. Today has been very draining.
It has. And unfortunately, there's still a few more matters of business we need to take care of.
Like,
J Frost, I see your question now. I see your question. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you don't talk with Toru now, you're not gonna get another chance to it.
Raban will just look to the party and just say, "Give me a moment. I want to at least say something." And he kind of just walks back into Toru's thing. Office, well, cell. Yeah,
As
welcome to the
Ravan
office.
walks out of sight, Cassius goes, "Do you think he's going to try the acid again? Because I don't think it worked the first time."
we can annoy him into talking. 2, 3, 4.
But
Go ahead. Never mind.
you're good. Theon speaks up. Yes, Cedric has been a bit away for the day, but we need to discuss where we're going next. Going to have to pick another artifact to go after.
Did you have any in mind?
A few. We can leave here in a few and head back to Dragon's Reach where we can discuss it more there. But if you have any business to wrap up here in the city, I would suggest doing that now. That includes you, Captain Chambers. Timbers. I don't know why I said Chambers. Sorry.
I I heard mine though, so
Chambers?
there goes my ADHD
You
brain
know-
being like,
you know
"Oh,
what?
you're talking to me."
Cassius slaps Theon on the shoulder. Timbus. Oh, Timbus. Apologies.
I did put a question in the in-game.
In-game?
Yes, about like Lily's belongings and stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna go over that.
Okay.
Cassie speaks up. Yes. It seems that the god could use somewhat of your skills, so, if you wish, you can recover whatever belongings you have in Dawnfeld, and perhaps you could join the rest of the group in Dragon's Reach for an extended adventure.
Lily stumbles over her words. Are you sure, sir? I mean, aren't you gonna need someone here to help?
No. I will be staying here for some time, but I have plenty of good people. I feel like this group could use another steady hand at this side.
She nods her head, her eyes getting a little teary. It was a pleasure working under you, sir.
It was a pleasure indeed. Welcome to the Vanahir God. Wish I had a bit of a better ceremony planned, but I unfortunately do not.
You hear her just chuckle a little. I think I got quite the ceremony getting to know everyone. Aww!
Oh, I'm sure about that. Cutting back inside. Screaming. Ravon, you head back to Toru's cell, and he kind of looks up at you. You to try the acid again?
No. Just talk.
Well, I ain't going anywhere.
Kinda just takes a seat. Looks up. You're the survivor.
Odd way of seeing it, but I suppose so.
The other one didn't make it.
Oh. The kobold. And he sort of pauses for a moment. Interesting one, that. How'd she go?
Raban just dead looks him in the eye and doesn't show emotion, but he speaks bluntly. The same way all traitors go. Without any honor or dignity.
He looks at you kind of curiously. And I assume you got your relic back then?
We have clarity. That is all we need.
He sort of grins at you a little bit. You're an interesting one. And he kind of leans forward a bit. I like that.
If you're still alive, whether or not your side wins or mine, that words with you. But for now, Ravan just gets on up. We part ways. And just walks out.
As you begin to walk out, you get about halfway down the hall and you hear him call out, "You like it, don't you? The violence, the blood. I can smell it on you." And if you were to look back, you would see he's like right up against the bars. I can smell it on everyone just like you. You claim to be a good man, You and I are more similar than you think.
Doesn't say a word. Stops. Then just keeps on walking.
With his words sort of haunting the back of your mind, you walk on out and rejoin the group. This is the point where I'm going to ask the party. Is there any last minute business you would like to handle in town before you guys begin your excursion outward, back towards Dragon's Reach? Well, like, first to Dawnfeld, then Dragon's Reach.
Okay, so we are gonna go back.
You guys are going to hit Dawnfeld on the way back.
Okay.
I have one thing I want to do,
Okay.
but I might have to wait to do that for just like 5 minutes.
Okay.
I'm still moving stuff around. So give me like 5 minutes and I should be good.
Okay.
I have something in the meantime, something small.
Alright. 1 second. I just realized I should probably change it from this dramatic music. Alright, what would you like to do, Flit?
I would like to grab everyone that is with us. Specifically, let's see, specifically Jericho, Sarah, Corey, Corvin, and I think that's it, actually. And I just want to visit the Adventurers Guild and the bar and even that little den that we all went to on our first adventure.
The Adventurers Guild has definitely seen better days. You could there was a bit of a tower, kind of like a bit of a bell tower with a clock on the front of it, kind of like a church. That has been completely knocked down and collapsed onto the ground below. The inside is ravaged. It looks to have been looted. But, for the most part, it still seems to be quite easily repairable. You head over to the bar where you guys went to on your very first expedition trying to learn about the butcher. The one where you guys remember being told, don't touch the girls. Interestingly enough, that building, completely untouched.
I believe it.
Of course.
You would go in and find it deserted, but it is completely untouched.
Apologies, which building is this again?
This was a bar that I don't have the name in front of me, but this was a bar you went to when you were trying to pick up clues to learning about the butcher.
Oh, that's right, that one. That one.
I remember that one now. Okay, yeah.
And you guys were told specifically by the guy who gave you the, one of the guys who gave you the job, don't touch the girls.
Yeah, I had a convoluted plan for that guy.
And what was the third place you guys wanted to explore?
I wanted to just dip by the den where where we ran into the butcher, like the warehouse.
I got you. In a similar state of how it was when you last saw it, it looks like there may have been another fight inside. The building itself, a little rundown from, you know, the now 2 huge battles that took place inside the city. But for the most part, it's still standing stable. But, again, not really anybody inside.
Foot will nod. Just come a long way, haven't we, guys?
Yeah.
As you guys have been sort of moving around the city, you have seen more and more soldiers beginning to sort of help people out from the sinkhole and sort of setting up temporary shelters from some more of the better looking buildings. Some of the people managing to actually go back to their homes, even if they are a bit damaged, but still home. You see some families being reunited for the first time in what would be about 2 to 3 months. Families who are crying over lost loved ones for one reason or another. Some who are still waiting, hoping that they will see their parents, child, partners, maybe even friends. You're not really sure who they're waiting for, but they are waiting for someone. But eventually you all rejoin the rest of the group. Sarah, did you want to do your thing?
Yes. I believe it was here in Dry Hollow. Louise Lionheart's shop, the blacksmith.
Yes.
I wanted to go there and see if it was still standing, and if it was, I wanted to see if the armor that was made for Raven was still there.
Going there, you would find that the building's foundation is very much still there, but the insides have been completely raided. It looks like they cleared out all the weapons and stock that was inside the building. Maybe you can see that it looks like some weapons were actually being built in the forge. Maybe the orcs had repurposed this as their own, like, smithy for their soldiers. But looking around, if you're looking for the armor you commissioned for Raven, you wouldn't find it.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
Anyone else?
Corey will give a hug to Flit. It's just things just seem to be wearing down on her a lot, too.
Flit will accept it.
Diana will join in this hug as well.
Hug.
Big hug.
Hug.
Do we all need a group cuddle puddle?
I'm good, thank you. Ravon already broke my spine earlier.
Yeah, adding Ravon to the...
She'll give like a really smug look.
No. Not like that at all.
I didn't tell you, Punk, but about a session or two ago, Ravon did a massive group hug where he pulled like everyone into it. Nobody got out of that hug.
Yeah, and I was full on frickin' Magnus from I can't even mention the show anymore. Damn.
That makes me sad.
Sad.
Well, I meant to sleep over. Who did you be? Well, I meant more of a group sleep night.
Yeah, I got you.
You know, a lighthearted event.
Sleepover.
No, she's saying that.
Oh.
No. Never did get a chance to dance.
If y'all want to pair off, I can provide the musical accompaniments.
Maybe we could do something when we get back. After we have our other discussion we're still waiting on, says Diana.
Yeah.
Another
Maybe.
discussion?
Yeah, I feel like we should kind of get all of the big stuff out of the way and then relax.
A small party. Maybe. Please don't get me stabbed again.
Like a nice little private get together for just like us and like, I don't know, 2 people that each of us know.
Yeah.
Those have been more enjoyable, in my opinion.
Oh, I agree. Especially after the last party we had.
Oh, most definitely. Less of a mess.
Yeah. You all regroup once more. And you bid your goodbyes to Cassius, as he is not going to be returning with you guys.
You can see Lily is just visibly crying.
Not even trying to hide it.
No, Lily, you can she's trying to be strong, but you can see these tears.
Cassius will come up to you, Lily, and sort of put his hand on your shoulder. These people will take good care of you. Take good care of them as well. Show them
She
how
just
you
nods.
show them how we fucking do it.
She's just full on sobbing now while nodding.
I imagine Lily kind of looking like the gif of Luffy crying.
Oh, ugly Luffy cry.
Baby.
Yeah, there it is.
Exactly that.
Alright. So, you all sort of group up as the sun has now fully set. It is nighttime now. Theon lights up the city streets with a bright flash of light. You are whisked away to Dawnfeld. This is where I ask, Lily, I know you need to go to collect your things, whatever you need to gather. While Lily's doing that, if anyone else would like to do anything in town in the meantime, this would be a good chance to do it.
I'm guessing that means no cabin.
I would say you wouldn't have time.
Okay.
This is just for fun. Is Herbie's shop still there?
Herbie's shop was in Dry Hollow.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. I got the names mixed up again.
That's okay. If you wanted to, I would say if you had looked for Herbie's shop in Dry Hollow, you would have found it, and it was in relatively the same condition as you last saw it.
Gotcha.
Kind of,
Actually
which
gives
was
me an
admittedly
idea.
wasn't a great condition.
Was there... You know what? No, never mind.
So that actually gave me an idea. We could go talk to the refugees.
That's actually a really good idea.
I would say, because Theon already came through the town once, and to grab Jericho. So I'll say that the refugees already know, just so you guys don't have to take the time to tell them. So as
Okay.
you sort of get into town, you see a bit of hustle and bustle as people are sort of beginning to collect their things, sort of setting them to the side. They're not moving out tonight, but they are preparing things to hopefully move out in the next couple days. Does anyone have any pressing matters they would like to attend to?
Mm-mm.
I'm good.
I got nothing.
Okay.
Not that I can think of.
Okay. Lily, you head back to your quarters, wherever that may be, whether that was in a tent in town or if you had your own place. You head there and you manage to grab your stuff, as well as your friend. It takes a little bit, but you grab all the important stuff. You realize your place isn't really going anywhere, so some of the lesser things that you can't really carry with you, you decide to leave. Name me a couple of the things you would have thought to grab.
Probably like travel stuff, standard. I didn't see like an explorer pack or anything on my character, so probably like a sleeping bag and stuff to travel with.
Yeah. You grab the essentials.
And I I grab the important things too.
Yeah. As Lily rejoins the group, you all see that she has this lovely white hat on her head. That it looks to be this lovely little like white fur hat.
Sarah's gonna lean down to examine it closer.
As you get a bit closer, you see a head pop up. A little weasel head.
I'm picking it up. I will pick up the whole damn gnome if I have to.
Lily, would you like to describe Frostbite for the rest of the group?
Well, on top of my head is this cute little fluffy white weasel, who I have affectionately named Frostbite. I believe Tart does have a picture.
I do. Give me 1 second. Do you want me to use the first one or the second one?
I will leave that one up to you.
I'm gonna use the first one.
I figured.
And I'll show this on stream as well.
Aww.
That's adorable.
Ah!
That is adorable.
That's a whole baby.
I take her off my head and kind of hold her in my arms. She's been my friend for a while.
Where's Cuddle?
Weasel noises. I don't know what fucking noises weasels make.
Fuck, what was that weasel that we made puns about? That looks like that. Sable.
Yes,
Chad.
yes.
Fuck!
Chad, if you got Lime's emotes, now's the time to spam them.
Yeah.
True.
I heard you cackle, Tart. Return of the Sable.
No.
Oh,
We're not
I
doing
heard him
sables
groan is
again.
What? I was gonna say, I heard him groan is what I heard.
Oh, come on, guys. We just
There's a
leave him
cackle
be.
groan.
Yeah, come on. Let's leave Tart be. We just need to keep him in sable condition.
Listen. You can't just put sable puns on the table like this.
I left the Discord call. They're doing this to me again, chat. They're doing it to me again. I'm gonna kill them.
We're talking about a group civility. Thank you.
I will hunt you down and hurt you.
I want to state I had no part in that. I was an instigator the first time. Enough was enough. Please do not kill me, God.
So, on that note,
Tiamat suddenly appears to roll initiative.
with Lily now having her things and her pet, Frostbite, you all gather up once more, and you are warped away back to Dragon's Reach, and that is where we're going to take our break.
I have not needed a break more. Oh, holy poop.
I'll be
Bet
right
y'all weren't ready for that!
Nope.
Oh, hey, surprise dragon.
You ever just hide a dragon in a fucking tree?
Like, fucking.
Is this dragon all natural? Or is this process?
No, that dragon is all natural. As natural as physically can be.
It is arguably the definition of natural.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Alright.
Big ol' fuck off dragon.
We are going to take a break. Thank you all for joining us so far. I know I need to use the bathroom.
Yeah.
I need water.
I could use a fiver. Be right back.
Yep.
I'll stay here with the chat.
I hope everyone's doing well. Hope you all are having a good day. My
Drink
dog.
and stretch.
My dog was doing sleep twitchies during the conversation with Odim, so admittedly it was a bit hard to focus at one point.
Oh, big puppy.
Okay. I'm gonna go get water. I'm gonna go get a drink. Pog, you can't posture check as I'm about to get up.
Well, yeah. You
Yeah, I
posture
fucking
check
can.
by-
Watch
I was
this.
gonna say, you posture check by standing straight up.
Oh fuck, River redeemed a Tabby Lappy. You can't see it, but I'ma do it.
You know what? I'm gonna blow through this.
No, J Frost, I can't do Slim Jim Homecomings during D&D.
We will have one
Can't
day
join the
Slim
break.
Jim one shot.
My god, that's a lot of redeems.
Guys, gals,
Our-
non-binary pals, my name is Slim Jim Plum Cummins, and I am your humble dumble master for this wonderful one-shot that we are running. Speaking of one-shots, bit of news. In fact, I'll do this in the Slim Jim Plum Cummins voice. Speaking of one-shots, a bit of news. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you right now that on August 23rd, we are not going to be having our typical War of the Shattered Sun session that night, because unfortunately we're going to be missing about half of our party. So, instead, we are going to be doing a one-shot run by the wonderful Colonel Gilgamesh, known as CG.
You used my real tag. How dare you?
I know. So make sure to tune in for that. I will be a player in that regard, and it will be streamed on the Twitch.
It is indeed what is happening. Hopefully everyone will get a chance to enjoy it on Mondays as opposed to Tuesdays, of which I usually DM.
We've also
What's
had...
Alright, now Tark, go take a break.
No, I had to do the Monokuma voice request first.
Wait, what?
Embrace despair! Roll initiative!
I did not know you had that.
What, the Monokuma voice request?
Saving.
Yes, I didn't know you had that.
I added it recently because Bev told me that she had a Monomi voice request for channel points.
Like,
And suggested I do that for Monokuma. I was like, oh, alright, bet.
well, you do a good impression of him.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I take pride in it. Now I'm really going to go take my break, so I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Please do. We extend the break.
I am so
longer.
glad that y'all got excited for Frostbite.
Listen, we had a.
We
Yeah,
had a
but-
conversation and then I talked it over with Tart and I'm like, please Tart. And he's just like, fine, I'll allow it.
Yeah, it's probably because we had like what Tart Punk like a whole introduction just full of Sable puns.
Yeah. It was good. It was fun.
Good.
It pissed Tart off. I'm gonna go get a
Well-
soda. I'll be right back.
Well, it's a hard thing to uncork when you enable the Sable puns.
I deal with enough. I deal with enough.
We have a lot of little furry friends in this group. Almost half of us have a animal companion now.
Yeah, it's because you do. Sarah most definitely does. Lily does now. I think that leaves myself, Ravon, Kore, and Jericho.
Oh yeah, so I guess we're a little under half.
Yeah, just a little. Like at present, it's half. Also, apologies if I'm talking way too much.
No, dude, you're fine. Honestly, I was a little concerned that I was kind of leading the group.
I had no idea what to say. I was literally just awestruck because that is the first time in D&D I've ever encountered a dragon.
I mean,
Like a full-size one.
Realized we've encountered 2 now.
no longer caring very much about Orcathian is fled. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, when a bigger dragon comes up, you're kind of like, no, this one takes priority.
I mean, it's the nature dragon, and I'm a druid.
Exactly. Like I expected you and Corey to just mob that thing.
Oh,
gotta-
well, I'm also of the forest. I'm a forest gnome. So
Oh.
it's like I was completely awestruck. This thing came out of a tree.
Like, I mean, I'm not as tight to nature as y'all are, but I'm a fucking elf. Elves and trees and shit. My house is probably a fucking oak.
I
back.
mean, with as many siblings as you have, it'd almost have to be.
I'm back.
Yeah.
River, I don't remember if we said that Lily was from Dry Hollow or from Dawnfeld, but
I didn't know where you wanted me to be from. I have no idea of this map, so...
I think I originally said that Lily was from Dry Hollow, for clarity. So, imagine you've been living there your entire life, and then all of a sudden a giant fucking dragon emerges from, the giant tree in the middle of town.
And it's like, wait, this was here this whole time?
Like,
I was hoping you would say Dawnfall. I was gonna be like, wait, do I know this person?
I probably lived outside of Dry Hollow itself in the forest for a good long while till I became captain.
That would line up.
That checks.
yeah.
Because from what it sounded like, this forest is giant.
I just want to point out that, Dry Hollow is a giant forest. Like, we downplay it a lot, but that thing is huge. Like, look at it on the map right now. Like right on the map right now.
It takes about 3 days, even on the road, to get out of it.
Yeah, that's what I was about to mention that.
On foot, at least.
Like, from here to Dawnfell took us something like 5 days. And that's not even the diameter of Dry Hollow.
Yeah, it's a big ass forest.
Yeah, so I could have easily lived in the forest.
I think it took you guys about a week to get from Dry Hollow to Dawnfeld on foot. Give or take. Hi, Nug. My puppy is here. He says hello.
Hi, Nugget.
My puppy also says hello.
Give your dogs hugs for me.
Nugget,
I would, but mine is stinky.
My Mastiff says hello as well.
My dog got a bath last week.
Aw.
He must be fluffy.
Alright. Fun little thing in chat, and for everyone. I took the opportunity to go grab a king-size candy bar. If someone guesses it on the first go, I will donate 500 bits to Tart's channel.
Reese's Fast Break.
Snickers.
Hershey's cookies and cream.
Wow. A+ from River.
My
Hell
husband's
yeah.
favorite!
I was
Return the
gonna
sandwich.
say Kit Kat, but okay.
I don't know why. CJ just seems like a Snickers guy to me.
I mean, they're not a bad option, I can tell you that much.
True.
I literally said that because it's also my husband's favorite.
Aw.
Hold on, this is gonna have to go through some purchasing.
As my husband is also watching our D&D.
Well, yeah, there has to be
Return
one.
with pre-workout. I'm
Both
going to
my
die.
good boys are watching.
Well,
Are
there has-
you pre-workout?
Mm-hmm.
That's unfortunate.
I was gonna say, River, there has to be one Joe in chat and one Joe in call at all times.
Fair.
Yo, Joe.
I made CG join my Discord so he could talk with my husband about video games.
It's true.
Aw. Fucking nerds.
I think the selling point was when we were talking about the Final Fantasies, of which I am well known for being a huge addict of. And we were talking about, what was it, Final Fantasy IX in particular. And, hold on, let me see if I can come up with the comparison that I made.
Also, thank you for the 500 bits, CG.
True to his
Aw.
word.
So imagine a bunch of jocks arguing about who is MVP because they each scored a touchdown during a winning game, while the dude who threw each of them their 60-yard passes just casually walks out of the conversation. That is most FF fans and FF9 fans, respectively. Like for
But
some reason.
wait,
Sorry.
what about the Final Fantasy III fans, CG?
They're the Tal Boys.
Fucking ooh.
Now, mind you, this is Final Fantasy 3 as in actual Final Fantasy 3, not Final Fantasy 6.
Absolutely knows nothing about Final Fantasy.
Neither do I.
I know some of the characters, and some of the characters are really hot, and I want to cosplay them. But
Nice.
that's about it.
Noise.
Yeah, you
I
showed.
know Chocobo. That is it.
I feel so alone. All by myself.
All I know about FF is Magni is hot and 14. That's it.
Well, that,
Andy Stola.
all I know is Sephiroth gave Aerith a really bad back scratch.
Oh, speaking of Sephiroth.
I hate you. I hate you. I hate you.
I found earlier today a Space Jam Sephiroth
Oh god, no.
remix.
Sorry, a fucking what?
Yeah,
Oh,
here
I've
you
heard
go.
that before.
Here you go.
But, yep, there's Shakaroth. It shows up on my YouTube recommended page. I got a better one. I have a counter to this, actually.
Cursed.
Unless it's Jordaroth, I don't want to fucking at me.
I almost thought I could have swore you were gonna say Jodorowsky for like 2 seconds there.
Jodorowsky.
back.
Shout out to
One-
Blaze of the Torch.
Oh my god, what the?
Donkey Kong.
Dun,
Do,
dun,
do,
dun.
do, do, do,
No,
do,
no,
do,
CG,
do,
CG.
do. Donkey Kong.
He is here. Dun, dun, dun. And then there's Chunky. He got
He did.
stabbed.
All right, let's go. Roll call. CG.
Cookies and cream.
J Frost.
Ooh.
Joe.
Jodorowsky.
Hate
River.
you.
River. Punk.
PB&J. Also, fuck you, J Frost.
God damn it, a peanut butter jelly sounds good now.
Do you got like an Uncrustable Punk?
No.
Oh my god, I
Actually,
have those though.
I went to a restaurant recently that does Uncrustables as an appetizer.
Fucking what?
Nice.
Yeah, they'll just bring you out packaged and everything.
Package and everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
And for
Okay.
our dessert, we have Blue Bunny ice cream with the wooden spoons.
Ooh.
Sarah.
Kit Kat.
Cat. All right. So, let's get back to it. Let me fix that so I don't scare the shit out of myself later. I accidentally misclicked and as I right before it turning off the song, turned the volume all the way to max.
Good job.
Make the ground shake. Dun, 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 dun.
Summon the snakes.
So, you all bamf back into your very familiar meeting room back in the city of Dry Hollow. Dry Hollow? Dragon's Reach. Lily, you find yourself now in this massive marble white room with a big, like circular table on the center of it, fireplace going off, a painting of this beautiful woman who you would know to be as, being from this region, you would know to be Queen Aurelia Aragon, up on the wall. The late Queen Aurelia Aragon. And as you all see, or as you all look into this room, you see Drew. For River, because you haven't seen these individuals, I'll describe them once I go over who's in here. You see Drew Iota, Alice Bloodwing, and Reno Kairos. River, you see a quite old human man looks to be a mage of some sort. This beautiful Aarakocra woman who kind of looks like a bit like a dove, and a purple tiefling who looks kind of like a drow, but you know is not a drow because they have the horns, showing that they are a tiefling. And they sort of see you all enter, and Reno goes, "Ah, there you all are. Welcome back. Congratulations on your victory. And I see we have a new member." Looking to Lily.
Yes. I am Lily Timbers.
Well, Lily Timbers, welcome to the Vanilla God. My name is Reno Kairos. Pleased to meet you. And sort of gestures to the other two. Alice speaks up. "Hi, I'm Alice Bloodwing. And River, you know, or Lily, I should say, you know who Alice is. Alice is one of the 6 lords that runs the nation of Asterios. She is one of your boss's friends, you could say. She's one of the big 6. And then Drew speaks up. "Hello, young lady. My name is Drew Ioda. I am the headmaster of the Devlar Mages College, or the Lekshire Mages College in Devlar." Interestingly enough, you all kind of look around, and none of you see Cedric in here.
Is the king busy?
Yeah, Cedric has retreated to his study. He's been in there for a while. Theon kind of, hearing that, kind of gives a sigh. "I see. One of us will need to go retrieve him then."
I mean, I'll go. Unless one of you wants to.
If you're offering.
Okay.
He sometimes gets into these headspaces when he retreats to a study. He might need a bit of talking to.
I have
Maybe
experience
two of
with
us
that.
should go?
What was that, Sarah?
Maybe 2 of us should go?
I think one is probably best for now.
I mean, sorry.
I mean, I have experience dragging Diana out and making sure she eats when she's studying. So I mean, I don't mind.
She kind of bumps you. I mean, you're right, but doesn't mean I have to like it.
Well, you should take care of yourself better. Kind of sticks her tongue out.
I mean, you're right, but it doesn't mean I have to like it.
You don't have to like it, but you love me. Ha ha! As she
do.
walks away.
I do. Okay, bye. So, Corey, you go off to find Cedric. Make me an investigation check.
I'm good at those.
You are.
I say as I roll a 10. Fuck.
10. It takes you a couple minutes, but you are eventually able to find his study. The door is open, and you can see he's sitting in a rather comfortable-looking chair, staring at his family portrait. You can see in the portrait is him and Aurelia, who seems to be pregnant in the photo. He's just sort of sitting there quietly, fireplace brewing, or a fireplace going, no other lights on in the room.
Big thoughts from a big man.
Oh. Corey, my apologies, I've sort of been out of my right mind.
No, I'm sorry. I mean,
No, it's...
I came in here. Sorry to startle you, I should say.
No, it's alright. Please, have a seat if you wish. And he gestures to the only other chair in the room, which is, it's like the 2 chairs and then a small, like, table in between the 2 of them.
She'll sit.
The chair is comfy. It's very comfy. It's made of this beautiful, like, red, like, velvet material. Very, very nice.
She's got a dreamy smile, just like looking around.
Yeah.
Wow. This place is beautiful. I guess that's another perk of being a king.
It, wasn't originally mine, he says, kind of looking up to the poster again. And looking a bit more into this room now, Corey, kind of looking around, you can see that there are a lot of bookshelves, a lot of books. There's a desk off in the corner. There looks to be, against one wall, a podium with a large open book on it. You can't quite tell what it says, as it is dark in this room. But it is a very nice room. It's a very nice room. It's almost like a mini library or like an office. There are a couple windows that kind of look out to the sea, much like some of the other windows in the palace. Cedric sort of sits there quiet for a second and goes, I sometimes come in here to, I guess, think on what she would say if she were here.
Corey kind of takes a hand and just lightly, like kind of reverently, takes a hand just across like a table while looking around. It's not. Oh fuck! I messed up. Hold on.
You're good.
It's nice to want to be close to people who are gone.
I sometimes wonder how things would be with Nexus if she were still around. When he never got to properly meet his mother. We had hoped that one day we could replace this portrait in here with one of the three of us. But that never came.
Well, there's a piece of her in him. I mean, he's half of both of you.
True.
So a portrait with you two wouldn't have all three of you in spirit.
Sort of takes a deep inhale. How did your mission go? I take it went well?
Tart.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of a word. What would be a good word to describe it? Just like in one word. Just like...
Hectic?
Yeah. It was hectic.
Oh, I can imagine. I'm sure Toad will give you all a run for your money.
Oh, yes. And when we went down in there to talk to him, I learned even more how politics and diplomacy are brain-shatteringly complicated.
No lie there.
How do you do it? I could read books for the rest of my lifetime and then some and still wouldn't understand it. How do you keep up with it?
He sort of leans forward a bit, kind of like planting his elbows down on his knees. Well, when I first started, I was under the impression that I had to make everybody in this kingdom happy. No matter what it took, even if it ate out my own. And I realized very early on that that was not possible. There's no way to make everyone happy. So, instead, you have to do what's best. It helps the most people. what's good for the nature of this country we live in. Sometimes then means having to make the difficult choices. I've always tried to keep a clear head about things, but it's always eating at me. That's why I sometimes retreat to here to sort of get my thoughts back together. I mean, right now we're at war. It's just... it's a lot. But I always think about the good that we are doing and hopefully the good that we will leave behind when we're gone. That is my driving force.
Good. It's excellent. I mean, it's not bad to have a good, even if lofty, possibly naive ideal driving it. Just there's nothing wrong with trying to please as many people as possible, but you have to make sure that, well, the cons don't outweigh it. If 20 people benefit but 10 people die, it's not a great net.
We do what we can and hope it's enough.
It's hard for a good king to be a good man, but you manage it very well.
Careful. It almost sounded like a compliment.
She kind of like raises a brows, but like smirks. I can be nice.
I know.
People have to earn it. But good men also know when to take rest. And I worry you've been in here longer than most people might say is good. Let's say you come down and eat with us. Get you out of your thoughts for a minute.
Food sounds good. We'll have Nexus join as well.
Good. I missed him.
I did as well. We spent a bit of time earlier. He was telling me about all of the things you all did on your journey up here.
There we get into some wacky stuff.
Yes, indeed you did. He's sort of looking back at the painting, kind of quietly goes, I can see it now. He's going to be one of the greatest kings this land has ever seen.
Yeah. He probably will.
Providing, of
He's
course.
got half of you in here.
Providing, of course, that's what he wants. I'm not going to force him into that, but I guess we'll see.
Some things only time can reveal. As vexing as it may be.
Indeed. Alright,
So
and
stand.
he begins to stand. So, food?
Food.
Food. I need to leave to rejoin the rest of the group. The rest of you have all sat down. Some food has been starting to get laid out for you all, as it's been a very long day for everyone. And as it's beginning to get laid out, Cedric and Corey enter the room.
Hey, Cedric.
Good to see you all. Welcome, Captain Timbers, was it?
Yes.
Good to have you. Thank you for joining us. I imagine that this group has sort of filled you in as to what we are exactly dealing with here. He says, kind of coming over to his usual chair and sitting down.
Sort of.
Okay. Allow me to fill in the blanks then. We are, as you know, the Vanihir Guard are an international, group of heroes who were known for defeating the god tyrant, Normandir. And Lily, Normandir is not a name you've heard before. You heard it earlier today and you didn't know what it means. This is your first time hearing it, like, addressed specifically to you. Normandir is one of the makers of this world. A powerful being belonging to the Court of Dragons. A collection of dragons that, in working together, formed the realm that we live in. He was incredibly powerful, and despite the legends, you should know that we weren't able to actually kill him. Instead, we put together a ritual to seal him away, so that way he can no longer bring ruin to this world. We did that with a collection of artifacts that had been blessed by the court itself. Now, 20 years later, there's a cult known as the Hellfire Assembly, looking to retrieve these artifacts in an attempt to release Normandir, as they worship him, and those of his coven. We are now making an attempt to stop them.
You see her nodding as she's listening.
I assume you probably have questions, so if you have any, please feel free to ask. I can imagine it's a lot.
So, what are we doing to stop them?
We are retrieving the artifacts first. So hopefully, in the meantime, we have a bit of a contingency plan going. Our plan is to retrieve the artifacts and perhaps strengthen the web of Erebus, so that way the Hellfire Assembly will not be able to release Normandir. But we won't be able to do that until we retrieve all of the artifacts. These artifacts are known as the Fangs of the Court. I assume you're still following.
Yes.
Good.
So we have to get all of these in order to stop them?
That is the plan. Until we can do something more direct and hit them where it hurts, there's not much we can do besides weeding out their covens in known cities or defeating small groups. But within the Hellfire Assembly, there's a more powerful group. A group of incredibly strong individuals, which your friends here have faced before. Some who were in this very palace weeks ago. Days ago. Attempting to ruin the Asterius Winter Gala. And Lily, you would have heard about a horrible, slaughter happening during the Asterius Winter Gala a few days ago.
Corey kind of brings her hand up to her stomach it was stomach, right? She got stabbed in the stomach?
Yes.
She kind of brings it up and just puts it over there as Cedric brings it up.
He solemnly kind of looks up. I heard.
We have been referring to this smaller group as the Blood Talons. We don't know everything about them, but as far as we can tell, they are a small collection of resurrected, powerful individuals from days past. Some even as far as centuries old. We are still
Stale
learning
bastards.
about them. We're hoping that at some point we can discover where their main base is and hopefully be able to strike them at their haunt. But until then, our goal is to retrieve as many artifacts as we can to keep them away from the Hellfire Assembly.
Hopefully Nicholas will come back with some news. And Lily, you'll just notice that, like, the Bloodhounds were mentioned, Corbin is grimacing.
She kind of looks at everyone. I'll do whatever I can to help.
That's what all I wanted to hear. So, you're one of us now, and he takes a small, like, stone sigil out of his pocket and slides it over towards you, and has on it the symbol of the Vanir Guard.
She takes it in her hand and looks at it and grips it tightly.
One of us now. Take good care of that.
Yes, sir.
So, and you all have sort of been eating as this conversation has been going on. So, now that that has been handled, let's go over our next steps. We have come together and we determined that there are 3 artifacts that would be good for you all to seek out next. The question is which one you want to pursue first. We have come to the conclusion that the best to seek out for your group right now, would be the Cloak of Rogesh, the Bow of Eda, or the Staff of Zigu. And Lily, at this point, I'll say Flit or somebody in the group would slide you a book titled The Court of Dragons. And looking through, you can see it essentially gives you the information on the Court of Dragons that I believe someone has given you already.
I pulled some information from the Lore Drops channel.
Okay.
I had to scroll up.
Yeah, that's what you needed. If you need more, people can give you more info as well.
Hold on one second. Let me copy and paste my encyclopedia Flitanica.
I like the idea that once you slice you her copy and you just pick it up. Why are some of these pages wet?
Blim.
Don't worry about it.
Blim.
Don't
Blim.
worry about it.
In general, for you if you need it. River.
But each one of these artifacts is a multi-step process. Each one requires a specific item that you will need to acquire first before you can go and acquire the artifact itself.
Oh yeah, I don't think any of us can really breathe underwater well.
Not yours.
Okay.
I mean, Corey kind of raises a hand. I can.
Yeah, but you're not going in there alone.
Also, how does that work? How do you breathe water?
Well,
I
fish
mean,
do.
she kind of just puts her hands out and like fans her hair out as well as just wiggles as it like a gesture. You just kind of do.
You just kind of do, bruh.
Do I ask you how you breathe? How do you breathe air?
With nose.
Your
And sometimes
lungs.
mouth.
So, you said it was the bow, the staff, and what was the third one?
the cloak.
The cloak.
It's essentially Rogesh, Eda, Zigu. In fact, I'll put this in general for you guys. Or I'll put it in in-game.
So, either get a cloak from the wilds, bow from Gaia, and go deep into water.
Yeah, so the above game, the Cloak of Rogesh is within the Slumbering Wilds in Zandaria. The Staff of Zigu is in let's see. I'm trying to find it. It's in an underwater temple deep within the Ornell. And the Bow of Eda is on Mount Doomhorn in the country of, or in the continent of Gaia.
Mount Doomhorn.
Mount Doomhorn, which is essentially this world's Everest.
Ah, I see. Do we have a ring to take for the bow then?
You have my babushka.
God damn it.
And my Dragon Slayer.
Stupid question.
Stupid answer.
If we were to get the bow, would I be able to use it, or would it be something that would be kept at the castle?
Who knows? Probably be kept as at the castle, as that's what's been going on with the other artifacts. Which, speaking of, Corvin, I assume that you've probably handed over the Eye of Odim at this point, yes?
Oh, most definitely.
Okay. I figured,
Most
which is why I didn't mention it, but I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, he probably would have handed it over before dinner.
Okay. Cool. Theon would have taken that from you.
Yep. Nah, just it's a thing for after the briefing.
So, which would you like to go over first? The cloak, the bow, or the staff?
What's up with the cloak?
I was about to say that.
Start in order.
Cloak!
Alright, Reno, that is you. Okay, so. The Cloak of Rogesh. Deep within Zandaria, there is a jungle known as the Slumbering Wilds. It is the deepest jungle within the country, or the continent, whatever. And it is a incredibly dark place. One that is, well, frankly, even if you have a bit of attunement to the dark arts, or the dark elements, you still can't see shit. So, before you all can navigate the Slumbering Wilds, you must first acquire the Eternity Lantern. Eternity Lantern can shine light in any darkness, even if it is magical. Which, frankly, I believe is what is happening in the Slumbering Wilds. I believe it is coated in a magical darkness, one that no creature can even see with it. Except
Darkness.
the beasts of the forest itself, which it seems to be full of. But the Eternity Lantern is able to shine through this darkness. The Eternity Lantern is, the core of it is rumored to be from a fallen star. The Eternity Lantern is at a lighthouse. I agree, Nug. Sorry, my dog just fucking made a noise, and I was like, oh.
I think I heard
agree.
that.
Oh.
The Eternity Lantern resides in Ventress, within the Hoshi Lighthouse, and I'll type this in chat.
Got caught off guard again.
In where?
Ventress.
Right.
The nation of Ventress.
Ah, it's probably on the world map.
It is on the world map.
Okay.
Should we
I'll
both
pull
just
up the world map for you guys.
I think it's to the west.
Thank
You
you.
would be right.
Thank you.
You guys would also know that Ventress is primarily an elven based nation.
Good.
There have recently been rumors spreading about the lighthouse in the past few years that you will have probably had to investigate yourselves. But once you retrieve the lantern, we can then use that to navigate the Slumbering Wilds, so you all can retrieve the cloak.
Okay, so two-parter.
I'm gonna tell you right now, all 3 of these are gonna be 2-parters.
God damn it!
He did say we needed an item for each one before we even got
Yeah.
Yeah.
Points.
So this lantern, I assume it's very significant to this lighthouse. Probably the thing that makes it go.
Indeed.
So we have to convince an entire city to go without something that hails ships down.
The city is quite familiar with the Vanir Guard. As long as you can prove that you are on business, no one should even bat an eye.
Should is the key word.
Any other questions?
Did you guys go there? Did you actually plan all these stuff the first time around?
Indeed, we did.
So, do you
No,
have
sing
any? Oops, sorry.
Jinx.
I can't have a soda today. That would totally go over my amount of sugars for the day. So, like, what might we? So you said that like the beasts would be, they're like naturally attuned to the darkness. Do you know what they're like?
I know that they are beasts of an ancient time. Some that you certainly wouldn't see very commonly today. Above game, they're dinosaurs.
Nice.
Eyes
Okay.
widened. Eyes
is a
widened
selling
in Moon
point.
Druid.
That is a selling point.
Oh, yeah.
That is the selling point.
Hold on. You
I wish
guys,
to be Raptor.
guys, you know what this means? We got a stockpile on summoning scrolls for giant snakes.
God damn it.
I mean, like this is just polymorph potential for 3 of us here.
Yes.
Welcome
Now
to the
hold-
Druid Cove, motherfuckers.
Now hold your horses. There might actually be something interesting at these other 2 locations.
I know.
I know that. I'm just saying this is interesting.
But
I know.
yes,
This is me trying to specifically downplay it so I'm not overflowing with excitement.
yes, the
Dinosaurs.
forest is filled with large reptilian creatures that have long since seen the light of day. They will definitely give you a run for your money if you are to run into a fight with them.
Well, that's good to know.
In fact, you may have encountered one already when you all went to and retrieve the codex.
Oh, that thing. Wait, there's more of those things?
That poor thing.
He sort of just smiles at you, Ravon.
Please tell me that there's nothing bigger than that.
Poor
Please.
giggles.
Where would be the fun in that?
Ravon just takes a very defeated sigh.
Any other questions?
So is it just the beasts that are causing it, or are there like, or is there like anyone living out there?
No one is living out there, as far as I am aware, but things can change in 20 years, but... I mean, Zandaria is not overly populated, so I doubt it.
Okay then. That's all I got.
Then I will pass it to my 2 cohorts. And he will sort of gesture to Alice and Drew. Above game, which would you guys like to hear about next?
I'd like to hear about the mountain.
What was that, Sarah?
Yeah, basically the same thing as J. Frost.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
good.
Alright, we will move on to the Bow of Eda. Alice pulls out a journal from her bag and begins flipping through a couple of the pages. So, I I'm not terribly familiar. I haven't gone through these notes specifically, but my father mentioned that there's a sort of ancient city that was at the top of Mount Doomhorn. And so he figured that would probably, as treacherous as the climb is, that would be the best place to hide a bow like that. He mentioned that an offering is to be made at a specific location that he wrote here in this journal, as well as this, and she pulls out a this big like bone horn that's kind of like curled at the end. It looks kind of similar to the one that you got from Toru, except it looks like it came from a completely different animal. He mentions to sound the horn at the specific location and provide an offering. This offering, known as the Tyrant Egg. The Tyrant Egg is listed in here. Can be found in the Wyvern Boneyard in the Ashen Vale.
Sorry, wyverns?
Where
What?
in the Ashen Vale?
Corey, make me a history check with advantage.
You got it! 12!
12. You have heard rumors. Growing up, you heard rumors about a valley within the large mountain range that takes up a large section of the Ashen Vale, where
Wait, the name of the what now? What valley?
there's not really a name to the valley. It goes by the Wyvern Boneyard. But it's just a valley where just wyverns
Okay.
seem to gather for some
Sorry, I was
reason.
writing it.
You're
Yeah.
good. Yeah,
I was writing my notes.
you're good. But it seems to be a valley where wyverns seem to gather. Almost like they almost like flock to it.
Oh. But where is it?
That you're unsure.
Okay. I know.
You know it's in one of the mountain ranges, but here, hold on, let me pull up. Shit, I don't have the. Do I not have the map of the Ashen Vale up? That's annoying. That's really annoying.
Where'd it go? Give us map!
I'll have to find it later. But I'm pinging on this big mountain range in the Ashen
Oh, okay.
Vale. Somewhere in there.
Oh.
That's mainly why you've heard of it, because of your
Yeah.
proximity to that mountain range.
Coral kind of raised her hand. Oh. That's somewhere near my village. Town, city, whatever you want to call it.
Yes, in here, it actually shows where the location is. We could probably warp you guys to it, if that's where you decide to go. Or we could warp you. It seems like, according to this, the Animus Sanctum is a few days' journey away from it.
How
If
bad's
you
the
would-
journey? Sorry.
What was that?
Corbin was asking how bad the journey is then. From the boneyard to the Animus Sanctum.
It doesn't say. I'm sorry. I'm sure for my father it probably wouldn't have been very difficult at all, but he could fly.
And what was the name of this mountain again where the bow is?
Mount Doomhorn.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, the process will involve grabbing the Tyrant Egg from the Wyvern Boneyard, whatever the Tyrant Egg may be. He has a sort of sketched image on here of it. In fact, he has multiple, so I assume there's not just one. And then offering it to, I guess, the mountain? At this specific location. I wish I could be a bit more help. I'm really sorry.
This is helping plenty. Thank you.
Glad I could help. Any questions?
So like this ancient city, what do we know about it?
Well, he wrote in here that it was a past civilization, one belonging to an unknown race of individuals. He said that they seem to have the technology to counteract the harsh conditions at the top of Mount Doomhorn, but for some reason it failed on them, and they all froze to death. It was supposed to be a very experimental city. One that could hopefully revolutionize something. He didn't specify what. But it seemed that dream died with them.
Unfortunate.
Kind of makes me. It is unfortunate, though. Part of me wonders if Nicholas has already gone there at some point.
I think
Seems
it's
like
on
a-
his bucket list.
Oh.
I wonder what all's on that man's bucket list.
you don't want to know.
I kind of do, for curiosity's sake.
There's
It's
just
a
a
lot.
picture of. There's a picture of his list, and then all the way at the very bottom, circled and underlined, internet.
Alright, so any other questions for Alice?
Not about this.
What was that?
Well, not about the bow, but what's next?
Alright, Alice throws it over to Drew. Give me 1 second. Just pulling up my notes. So, the Staff of Zigu, there is a great chasm within the Ornell that a temple is deep within. Unfortunately, it sunk to the bottom after a fault line opened the trench itself. You all are going to need to find the key to this temple. One that I hid away when I hid the staff inside of it. Unfortunately for you, I don't know where it is. But I know who does. The man I gave it to. I told him it was a priceless gem, and that he simply needed to hide it. This would be Flint O'Ryan. Man you can find here in the city, actually. And I'll put that name down in chat.
Wait, Orion. Is that the same dude with the zoo?
It is the name is the same last name as the Orion Menagerie. He runs we'll call it a gentleman's club within town, known as the Orion Club. It's hidden in a back alley pub deep within the city. I can get you in, and then you just have to get him to tell you where the star shard is. Pausing so people can write this down, because I assume that's what people are doing.
Very much so.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes, speak to Flint Orion. He can tell you what the star shard is, and once you retrieve it, you can then use that to open the temple and retrieve the staff. And if Flint gives you any trouble, you can tell him that he owes me.
This is Drew speaking.
This is Drew, yes.
Okay. Write that, write that. Wait, did this temple have a name?
It did not.
Okay. So I just have it at the bottom of a trench hidden somewhere in a temple there.
You could, for clarity, say call it the Star Temple, Star Shard, Star Temple, but it doesn't have an official name.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I've got a question.
I've got an answer.
In character. So, are there other world dragons at these other 3 places, or was the one in Dry Hollow just a one-off thing?
They all look a bit surprised at this. And then Theon speaks up. Yes, our friends met Odim today. He was awake now. Cedric goes, oh, well, that is a development. One I kind of wish I had known about sooner, but well, good to know. As far as encountering any other members of the Court of Dragons at these locations, I couldn't tell you. Perhaps, but we don't know where they are, truth be told. But the settings do fit, so if there's a chance, or sorry, there is a chance that they may show up. Who knows? I certainly don't.
Are you not a fan of them?
No, that's not it at all. Just, they've always been extremely elusive. And if some of our more insightful friends, he says, looking over at Reno and Theon, can't detect them on the regular, then, well, there's no way I could.
She nods.
Took us years to even figure out that Odim was using the Umberwood as a sort of resting place. Cassius found that out on his own.
How did you find that?
He still hasn't told us. Truth be told,
Ah.
said it was best to keep it a secret. One that none of us dare to argue.
I mean, given how he put the eye towards the tree, he probably just walked up and put it on the tree. He was like, ooh, what's this?
Well, who does that? Who just takes an eye and puts it on a tree?
Well, but
Clearly, you have never played an RPG.
To be fair, I would.
If that was
You're
the case, though,
weird.
Jordan, you would think Toru would have seen it when he was using the eye.
Well, I don't think the eye guides him. Oh, the items probably do guide towards the dragons they represent, but I'm sure it was more of a, he probably went up to the tree with the eye and just put it on there. I don't know. I'm not Cedric.
Above game,
Cassius.
now you're doing it. Above game, you all would remember as Cassius approached the tree with the eye, it offered itself to him. It wasn't like there was just an opening there. It's almost like the tree acknowledged his presence. I was like, "Oh, you have thing for me? Hello."
So it acknowledged his presence because, like, it acknowledged him, or it acknowledged the eye.
You know what? I'll let you make an insight check.
Can I as well?
Us too?
Sure. Yeah, anyone who wants to, because you all were there.
You think it would have done the same with Toru? 15.
16.
10.
7.
11.
5.
I'm gonna say Corey and Corvin got this. It acknowledged his intention.
Ah,
Ooh.
okay. That's the. Okay, good.
It
trick,
knew
good
that he
trick.
came bearing a gift. And that he was
Okay.
non-hostile to the tree.
Oh, that's why it didn't open up for Nin or Toru. They actually intended harm.
They failed the vibe check.
They failed
Yup.
the vibe check.
Nice.
Exactly.
Good deal. Good deal.
So,
Should have brought it some cookies.
any
They
other
should've-
questions for Drew?
So you said that the city is sunken, so I assume. I mean, do you know of anywhere that we could find ways to breathe underwater?
Like, say, a water breathing potion or gillyweed.
What
If
the fuck
that is the course of action you wish to pursue, we can definitely give you items that could help you breathe underwater. But you also will probably need something that will give you a bit more travel speed underwater, as it is quite deep. We can make those arrangements.
Anyone know a Triton?
I haven't.
Technically, Ara does.
I have idea,
Iris.
but I would need to make, well, how you say, call.
I was gonna say I could ask about where the Tritons are, but I mean, I was gonna go by the docks anyway. Once we were done here.
Drew speaks up. Truth be told, our Miss Thorne actually helped me hide that artifact. Well, her father did, at least.
Okay. If her father helped hid it, maybe she has some information about it.
I should clarify. He helped to give me the means to hide it. He wasn't actually there when I sealed the temple.
Damn it.
But in terms of resources, Miss Thorne could probably be of assistance to you in this regard.
Yeah, she could probably sail us towards the Ordinal, sorry, Common.
Any other questions?
So, this. First of all, what's a gentleman's club?
Don't worry about it. Literally,
I'm glad I'm not the only one that was thinking it.
I would assume just a place for people to hang out.
Cedric speaks up. It's a brothel.
You
Oh,
rip the band-aid off, why don't you?
then why not just call it brothel?
Because
It's nicer that way.
Again,
the
I
last
that's
man
mystique.
Because the last man who called the Orion Club a brothel was found dead in the Agathol the next morning.
Again, I ask, what's a brothel?
Let's, you know what? If you have to ask,
dear
it's
sweet
not for
summer
you.
child.
You will learn when you are older, but not now.
Much older.
Yes, much older.
I'm 237 and I still don't know.
You get an
You will-
excuse.
Listen, maturity, age, not actual age.
Hey!
What?
It's-
Ow!
If that's gonna come from anyone, it's gonna come from me, the 70-year-old in
typically-
this group.
It's a combination of bar where sex workers are usually working. bar,
Prostitute
hotel.
hotel.
Yes.
Essentially, yeah.
Hospital.
Bar hotel with sex workers.
You just see Lily's face is red.
Corey's a
I
little
vote
bit
we
pink
get Gorgon
too.
in.
Corey's a bit pink too.
You know, I wanted to
Diane
hide.
nudges you.
You know, I wanted to hide the innocence just for a bit longer.
We
Well,
can't.
we don't have that luxury.
We are at war.
I
That's
did
good.
have another question though.
Go right ahead.
So, you said that someone called it a brothel and they were found dead. Is this Flint Orion person really that, like, I don't know, dangerous?
He's ruthless, but he's negotiable.
Wait, negotiable as in like diplomat, or negotiable like the fat guy that we turned in?
Well, we more brought his body in.
No, not that fat guy. The other fat guy.
Paulo,
Ye.
Oh.
the mobster.
I
That foul.
don't know who this Paulo you're referring to is, but I can assure you he could definitely have a wonderful career in politics if he were to try his hand at it.
That's kind of dangerous, actually.
He's a
Meh,
dangerous
I
man.
prefer actions.
Depends on how you interact with him.
He may seem simple. He may seem like you're a run-of-the-mill club owner, but don't underestimate him. He is incredibly smart, and he knows what he's doing. He has a way with words.
Hmm.
So lead with Corey and Flit then.
Cut him a deal.
Excuse you?
Nani?
She turns a deeper shade of pink. What?
You're the two most insightful ones of the group. What the fuck do you think I mean?
Oh, that makes sense.
Kind of just blinks and goes.
She doesn't say anything. She just kind of blinks and it just turns a little bit redder. Nothing.
Oh!
I don't get it.
Oh, man, and y'all think I'm the horn dog.
I wasn't even
I got
thinking that.
I was worried because the last time we tried leading with us two, Corvin,
What?
I had a
was the-
certain encounter with a redhead.
To be fair, you wanted it more than I did that night. I was just helping you out, like I usually do.
But we were doing something in the meantime that led with us two.
Ahem, says
is what I
Diana.
mean.
Nothing
am
happens,
s-
don't worry, Diana.
I
She
am
saved that
so
for me.
lost.
Don't worry about it.
Please don't worry
This
about
is
it. We don't need to
Hold on.
discuss it ever again, says Diana.
No.
I'm just reminding Corvin here. I would like to not be hit again. Every time we lead with me and Flit, I end up hit. Or
We're gonna
stabbed.
We're gonna get hit or stabbed regardless.
Yeah, but I'd rather choose to get stabbed or hit. Not have you put me in front.
I like to do it on my own terms.
Yeah!
I'm not saying how this is my problem.
Put my
Anyways,
foot up your ass.
Ravon kind of leans down to Diana and goes, "There is much tension in air. You could cut it with cheese knife."
God damn it.
Yes, Rovan, you could cut it with a cheese knife.
Immediately starts slowly leaning back up, but starts eating cheese.
So, again, he does owe me, but in the worst case scenario, you may need to cut a deal with him.
Such as?
That I can't tell you. Who knows what he needs or desires, but
On the off chance he's a gold talking person, can we get some help?
absolutely. If he requires gold, we can fund that 100%.
Thank you.
Maybe he likes bolts.
Maybe he likes boats. You won't know unless you talk to him.
Meh.
So, says Cedric, you all have the information you need. Which would you like to go after first?
Assume we all just go in a group huddle right now.
We
Do
all
we-
just turn to each other.
Do we want to figure this out above game?
Yeah, if you guys want to talk about it above game, feel free.
Okay.
So I'm
And if you
gonna
have
be
any
real.
questions for me, feel free to ask. Or any clarifications that need to be made.
You were saying,
So
CJ?
I'm gonna be real. The dinosaurs, not at the top of my list.
Yeah.
Ironically, it's on the top of my list.
Out of
It is
character-
also on the top of mine.
What's up, sir?
We had a hard time with that last dino.
Yeah, but to be fair, dinosaurs are stronger.
We were. I mean, in fairness, we also weren't the same level
True.
Well,
that we are
true, too.
now.
We also don't know what kind of dinosaurs these will be.
Fair.
Worst comes to worst, we just, bully them with more giant snakes.
But here's
And
also
bear traps.
and bear traps.
And bear
Um,
traps.
Here's also a thing though that we should look into. If we see the dinosaur, depending on what kind it is, we could just have someone. We could just like myself, Corey, or Flick could just turn somebody else into said dinosaur and even the odds.
Okay, guys, hear me out. I
Oh,
know
here we go.
polymorph. I know polymorph's a thing, but
Yeah,
what if we could tame one of these things?
interesting.
Think about it, guys. We could have a Stegosaurus.
I like your train of thought, J Frost.
There we go.
I do too!
I like your funny words, Magic Man.
I like your stupid thoughts, Frozen Man.
Here, my thought is, above game, I kind of want to go for the cloak because dinosaurs. In game, Corbin was going to mention to go for the staff because he's probably going to stay over and say, it's more time that I can spend with Aura.
Well,
Helping us out.
Corey's
It-
probably going to suggest the bow.
Sarah.
yeah, it
Um,
might be my personal bias and hopes, but I'd rather go for the bow.
Fair enough.
I like the bow idea, but I was wanting to make that a second one and
Alright.
go with the dinos as first option.
Do you guys want to take a vote? Or do you
Yeah.
want to discuss it a bit more?
Maybe
We can
at least
vote. I
5
mean,
more
we can-
minutes.
Just put it here in like the general though, like just right
Yep.
now if we know our answer.
I was about to do
I think we could probably chat a little bit more.
Well, yeah, I just meant
I
like
think
if we had our thoughts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
yeah,
do
right.
a vote, but feel free to talk for another couple minutes about what you want to do.
Because I never actually said what I wanted to do. I just said that I wasn't as excited as expected.
Oh no, yeah, I wasn't saying we should finish the talk. No, absolutely not.
Yeah, what
Right.
is it you're wanting to do, CG?
I'm kind of leaning toward the bow as well, just because it's a really cool setting for both where we're going, to pick up the item, and the place that we're going to, like unlock and finally get the bow.
Yeah, that's true. Personally, I think the bow could be, if I'm allowed to use it, I think it could be a huge help in the fight against the dinosaurs or anything we might encounter.
That's what I was thinking
getting
too.
close.
Provided you could use it.
The
Actually,
Absolutely
Actually-
provided.
that is a good question. If we pick one of these, are we locked out from the others?
No.
Okay.
We are supposed to get all of them, so we're going to be coming back to. We're just picking which one we're going to first.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
my
I just wasn't sure if this was a, like, okay, you take this one, we'll send our team to get the other one, and our team to get the other
Gotcha.
one.
No. You're not gonna get locked out of the other ones if you pick one over another.
Okay.
now
Sorry.
I worked
Oh,
far too
that's
hard
fine.
on these for that.
I feel that.
there is one thing I do want to bring up concerning with the items. Now, with the staff, correct? That's the one for the water.
Yes.
Our initial part 1 involves somebody who's literally close to us. That's usually a good thing.
In terms of
But-
proximity, you could just walk out into town to talk to.
Yeah, that's
Flip
an
around.
advantage.
True, true.
However, counterpoint, our luck with our boat experience last time. So that's why I'm putting that one at the
We're
bottom.
not good at charisma unless it's Corvin.
Yeah.
Still better
However-
than my boat experience where a fucking dinosaur got dropped on it.
Hey now.
Now,
We're due
As
for
far-
a good boating experience, thank you.
as far as the one in Ventress, that's close by us, as well as the fact that that's a continent we haven't really seen yet.
True, true.
And while we have a little bit of experience with the Ashen Vale and already with Asterios, I wouldn't mind trying to take a shot at some place that's completely new. Also, to take a shot at Corvin here. Love you, Joe. You get to interact with more elves.
Yeah, but that's not me going home though.
I
No.
would like to bring up a point because you mentioned going to someplace new. If you do the cloak, you're going to 2 new places. You would be going to Ventress and Zandaria. But if you did the bow,
Oh.
you would also be going to 1 new place, which is Gaia.
So we would have to go
Oh,
to Ventress to get the lantern, and then into the middle continent of Zandaria just to go
Which-
into the jungle.
Which
okay, hold.
Sarah.
I have a quick question. So did I misunderstand? And the egg to get the bow is in the Ashen Vale, but the bow itself is in Gaia? Is
Yes.
that how you said it?
Yes.
Okay.
Mountain Doomhorn is the highest mountain of Gaia. It's essentially the world's
Okay.
Everest.
I missed that part of my notes.
same
My
with that.
notes were not wrong then. I just misunderstood. Thank you.
I might have glossed over it. If I did, I apologize. Yes, the bow is in Gaia. So you guys would be going to a new place anyway.
Alright, so
It
also
would.
sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say this. If we do with the was it the bow? No, it was the cloak. This would give us at least a little bit of insight on Zandaria, because that's the one land that's where all the kookiness comes in.
Maybe I'm misremembering, but I thought we had been to Zandaria before when we rescued
No.
Ruby.
The
Yeah.
only you weren't in Zandaria. You were in essentially an astral projection of a town that was once in Zandaria.
It was an illusion.
It was an illusion. The only
It was
person
the
in your group who has actually been properly to Zandaria would have been Jericho. That, and I think Lily, actually. I think Lily has been to Zandaria as well. During the war.
Yes.
What?
Well, I think I'm ready to vote.
Is everyone
I
ready
have
to
the
vote?
thing- I got the thing on the at everyone. Makes it easier.
I have voted.
All right. I'm
Good
gonna
vote.
say, everyone, go ahead and put your votes in. If you're still unsure, feel free to speak.
Also, Joe, since you put the emotes there, I don't know if you'll probably have to say your vote.
Actually, after someone voted, I took mine off on the pick until.
Okay.
If you hover over the reactions,
Oh, okay, I see now.
Yeah. It's not. I only put it there as a placeholder until someone.
I got
voted.
you. I figured I didn't know you would take it off. Gotcha.
Oh, most definitely. That would just muddy the votes up.
I believe everyone has voted.
Wait, hold on. Has Sarah voted? I know she had to go feed the dogs.
She did. We have 6 votes. So I believe everyone has voted.
Yes.
And I won't potentially muddy things by having NPC Jericho and NPC Diana voting. So we're just gonna go with what you guys vote for.
Okay.
Fair.
Seems pretty decisive.
Which,
Good, boss.
according to this, you guys are going to be going for the cloak.
Dino Land. Dino Land.
Dino
We're
Land.
going.
Da, 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 da.
Holy fucking shit. It's a dinosaur. Jesus Christ.
You all
Yeah.
come to your consensus.
Yes.
Cedric,
One.
what's up?
I just had one stupid question above game. So if we teach them, if we cast Otto's Irresistible Dance, can we have the dancing number from We're Back On? No.
The fact
No,
that you
just
reminded
hit
me of that.
You just hit me with all sorts of nostalgia right there and there.
No,
I was
Joe.
gonna give you shit for
remember
it, but
that.
I thank you for it actually.
Joe. Joe.
I have watched it so many fucking times.
Yo,
Did
Joe.
you watch Ice Age, the dinosaur one?
No, I think I only saw the first. And
No, not the
second
dinosaur one. The Continental Drift one.
Yeah, I think I only saw the first and second.
Turn back the clock.
Because I was thinking the dancing number from the end of that one.
Nah,
No, not that one. Sorry, it was the dinosaur one.
Yeah.
The
'cause,
like,
I-
get on the floor, everybody walk that dinosaur.
Yeah, we're playing the tape, but no, like anytime I think of like dinosaurs like doing a musical number, I hear John Goodman in my head.
Wait. I just had a stupid realization. Okay, hold on. River. What's the name of your, weasel?
Frostbite.
We need to get Frostbite an eye patch for this mission.
Fuck you.
What if I told you she likes to wear hats?
Both.
So, Cedric
Did you die?
goes, alright, then tomorrow you all will move out to Ventress to retrieve the Eternity Lantern. But tonight, I think it's safe to say you all have earned one hell of a rest. So, rest up, because tomorrow is going to be another long day.
At that point, Corvin gets up, and you all know where you can find me. He will leave the castle and head towards the docks.
Okay. Anything
Oh, wait.
anybody else would like to do?
Flick's gonna grab Corvin real quick. I thought we were gonna spend the night together.
I never said I was going
Group
to.
sleepover. Alright, well, we'll just have fun without you then, Corbin.
I'll have fun without you. Listen, it's been a long week, and I have barely said more than, I want to say more than 25 words a day to someone who I'm kind of caring for. I don't mean any offense, but I'm trying to get as much time as I can. We all can't have our significant others with us at all times.
You'll hear Jericho go, Corvin's got a girlfriend.
You did? Fuck yes, I do.
You're right. Later, dude.
See ya.
Corvin goes and spends the night with Ara. The rest of you, what would you like to do? I assume you would like to have your little, like, get-together?
Yeah.
Cora, look over. Is Cedric still at the table?
Cedric would still be at the table, yes.
Cedric.
Yes.
Can you help us gather up a ton of comfy blankets? We have a team bonding exercise.
I can have some of the staff bring you all some.
I look over
Pog.
at Corey. Should I be concerned?
What? No. We have like group sleepovers that we do every now and again. After particularly harrowing battles or shitty times.
Above game. Can I insight if you're wanting to make an actual fort?
I actually wasn't even thinking about that, but good idea.
I'm gonna say you don't have to then.
Yeah. You good.
Gathering
Unless you
all
want
the
to.
gathering all the biggest furniture minus the throw.
No, throne too. That's good for a good roof.
Diana speaks up. I'll go grab
Cedric, I need to
Nexus.
borrow your phone.
What'd you say, Tart?
Diana speaks up and goes, I'll go grab Nexus. He'll want to be here for this.
Yes.
Yay!
I will gather chairs and lots of food.
You all have fun. I'm going to retire for the night.
Can Corey go after him real quick?
After Cedric? Yeah, sure.
My king, can I bother you for a minute?
Of course. You're not bothering me. What is it?
I was just wondering if sometimes after, all this, since I'll be around, could I possibly read some of the things in the study every now and again with your permission?
Of course. You don't even need to ask.
She'll step forward and you wrap him in a hug.
He's a bit hesitant at first, but after a moment he sort of kind of warms into it and gives you a hug back.
Thank you. There's just so much knowledge there, and I can't help myself sometimes.
Oh, of course.
I will
Trust
be
me.
respectful. I'll never take anything out of there. Thank you.
Trust me, when you've been hanging around Mr. Blanc for as long as I have, you get to see that excitement for knowledge, much like you have. You two fit well together.
I hope so. Be a very bad day if she ever leaves me.
Oh, I can imagine. But you all have fun.
Good night.
And good night. He goes off. Diana brings out Nexus, who is very excited to see you all, as well as to meet you. I almost said Diana. I meant Lily.
Oh no, we've got an amnesia case.
Lily, you meet the young Prince Nexus Aragon, who is this wonderful little blonde-headed, wonderful, happy child who is more than excited to be part of this fort for you guys. He's about 10 years old, 9-10 years old, and he is.
I just realized. Has Lily met Raven yet?
Yeah, Lily would have met Raven when you guys first got together in Dawnfeld.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But Raven hasn't properly been introduced to Frostbite yet.
Oh,
Neither has
dear.
Toshi.
Is that a good idea?
I'll leave that to you guys. All right, good talk, everyone.
Where did everyone go?
Not everyone
on.
speak up at once. Shit.
I mean, we didn't want to interrupt.
You know what? I'm okay with it. Technically, Raven has a collar and a harness right now, so I can control her if something happens. I hope.
I mean, I don't expect anything to. Frostbite is really good with other animals.
Yes, but wolves tend to be very dominant.
Make an animal handling check with advantage for Raven.
And nothing can go wrong. Oh no, it all went wrong.
Hey.
Everything went wrong.
Call it out.
You need to stop saying that song, Frost.
How I narrate
Yeah.
this. So
Was it 4?
Raven, Lily, you hold out Frostbite to Raven for Raven to sniff, and almost immediately, Raven gets the hunger eyes. And Sarah, you kind of realize at that moment Raven didn't get to eat like the rest of the group did. So you gotta work something out fast before Raven decides to partake in Weasel. Joe, I'm going to fucking smite you. I fucking smite you.
Hold on.
Sarah's grabbing a hunk of
smite.
Sarah's grabbing a hunk of meat from her backpack because I assume she has that in her rations, and putting it directly in Raven's face.
She just immediately tears into it. Doesn't even like give you a chance to do anything with it. Just.
Ow! Hey, manners.
Bjork.
Bjork.
York.
After that, she calms down a bit more and is properly able to meet Frostbite, who Nexus falls in love with.
Were we also going to introduce her to Toshi?
I don't know. Did you want to introduce Toshi to Frostbite?
Yes.
I actually met Raven, but
Oh, Raven is familiar with Toshi.
oh,
I meant Toshi hasn't met Frostbite yet.
oh, okay. Wow, it is not a good night for me with understanding things.
I mean, probably at this point, Lily puts Frostbite on the ground for her to start burying herself in like these blankets that are scattered, being put up into a fort.
I like to think Frostbite lays down and immediately starts doing like the ferret roll.
Yes,
Yes.
like the spazzy little ferret run.
Yeah. So, Flit, you set Toshi down next to Frostbite, and they sort of both look at each other for a second, and then you all watch Toshi. Thank you, Joe. Toshi transform into a photo-like copy of Frostbite, and they both look at each other, and they sort of stare at each other for a second, and then they start playing. They start jumping all over each other.
Of course they do. Oh man.
Deja
I
vu.
would kill to like actually get to see this.
Say that one more time.
Flick's just gonna look over to Lily. They're good friends now.
Good. Frostbite needed a friend.
I think everyone needs more friends. That's why we're all here, right? Except Corvin. He's mean. I stick my tongue out.
Flit immediately
No.
gains knowledge of the air.
Man, this O2 ratio is all off. Someone must be smoking it here.
What is all too?
I don't know.
I just know there's too much of it. The amount of O2 is too goddamn high.
So
This
you all spend the night hanging out, having a good time, making pillow forts, lots of snacks, lots of fun
Card
times are
games.
had, card games.
pillow fight, please.
Probably a pillow fight that Rovan
Oh,
has to
pillow
hold
fight.
back to not actually hurt someone.
Sarah,
Oh,
Uh,
come on.
Can we-
Microphone.
Ooh. Can we totally roll for pillow fight?
Everyone
Yes.
roll me an athletics check for pillow fight.
I hate to do. Oh,
Can
wait,
I argue
no.
Dex?
I'll
I'm
say
holding
if
back
you
card.
if you want to use your dex modifier for your athletics check, I will allow it.
Well, on one hand, it's a pillow fight, but on the other hand, Mama didn't raise no weakling.
Oh, damn.
16.
26.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
We found Philip.
Hold on one second.
Ah, a worthy challenger.
Finally, a worthy opponent. Our
You know
battle
what?
will be
No,
glorious.
no. Rovan is actually going normal.
You son of a bitch.
I
Really?
was gonna. I'm going to mention, by the way, Jericho almost immediately falls asleep as this whole event starts going on.
He just faced. He's like, oh man, running a town for a week is harrowing.
Oh, 16!
Should I roll dexterity?
Hold him back!
Should I retcon my athletics roll and roll dexterity?
Well, you just change the 2 from the strength to whatever your dex modifier is, which should be 5. So
That
it
would
would
be
be
16.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
you tell her.
by a good margin, Lily wipes the floor with the group,
Damn.
thus passing her initiation test and becoming a true member of the group.
Buried underneath all
I
these
love
pillows, a single hand rises up, and Rovan, under a muffled scream, goes, "This is not over."
You just
Wait.
hear Lily cackle.
Damn, everyone was right. Short people are closer to hell.
Wow.
She said not me. She said not me.
And on that note,
Oh my skull hurts
You
from
all-
laughing.
eventually drift off into a long rest, and that is where we're gonna end tonight.
All right.
I assume feathers everywhere.
Feathers
Can I-
everywhere.
Can I just say what I thought actually happened?
Sure.
I just imagine that Lily, instead of actually flailing around with a pillow, just got in a pillowcase and just started ramming into people.
My
my God, I
initial
love that.
thought was just we see her just holding this pillow, looking down, and we're thinking, "Oh, she's analyzing it." And then we just see her look up, and then we just see her cock it like a shotgun, and we just hear.
I had a similar idea to
God,
what
yes.
CG said. I imagined Lily hiding in a pillowcase, waiting until it was just one standing, and then just hitting them in the back of the head like Cat in the Hat style with a pillow.
God.
Favorite terrain of Lily: pillows.
Pillow fort. But thank you all for joining us tonight for the 50th episode of War of the Shattered Sun. It has been one hell of a journey, and let's go for 50 more, shall we?
Please.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Let's make this show hard to binge.
Hell yeah. Alright. So, Sarah, where can people find you?
I think Sarah said they'd be our.
Sarah, goddammit.
Okay, well. Then in that case, CG, where can people find you? Oh, never mind. All right, I see that. I just saw what you said. All right, cool. Punk, where can people find you?
What? You nerds can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram at punkyarddog. I just moved, so we're recuperating some funds. I'm hoping to bring back Facecam soon once my room is put together, my stream room, because we're using the second bedroom for that. Hopefully we'll be returning with Shokyu Saturdays this week, which is our Yakuza stream that I do with Tart and whoever else happens to come by.
Yes. Hello.
And I think that's it. We'll try to do some horror streams every now and again, but we'll have to see. That may have to wait until I get soundproofing in, because thin walls and horror don't do well.
That's fair. Hell yeah. All right. Let's see. Punk, pass it to someone.
River.
River.
Hi. You can find me at twitch.tv/wickedriver97. I stream every morning, bright and early, 8 to noon, Central Time. And Thursdays, I get to stream Pokemon with my wonderful Tart.
Hello, that's me. I am Tart.
So please come by. I normally have D&D also tomorrow, but it got canceled again. So tomorrow morning will be my only stream. And I will pass it over to Jay Frost.
Jay first.
All right, here, let me grab all that. Ow, ow, hot.
Hot mic.
Hi.
Hot mic.
Anyways, hi. You can find me at twitch.tv/jfrost747, where tomorrow, probably gonna do some more Skyrim, and if certain things meet up, Skyrim multiplayer, quote unquote, where me and 2 other guys completely break the game, triple spawning everything, and, well, you get to see the horrors that is glitched animations.
Hell yeah.
And let's pass it off to somebody who's definitely a lot cooler than me. Joe.
Joe?
Did we lose
Uh-oh.
Joe?
Hold on. Let me try slapping him.
Viking down!
Wake up, you son of a bitch!
Yeah, fucking. Alright, well,
Ish.
what's up? What you
It's
got
your
for me?
turn.
It's your turn, nerd.
For what? For what?
Chill.
We're Shell.
Chill.
But I don't show.
Shell.
Do it
I will chill
anyways.
for you then if you don't.
I don't have anything to show.
You have a Twitter and Twitch?
Not really.
Yeah, you do.
Hey Sarah,
Shit, I
just
swallowed
go
that
ahead
wrong.
and take this and just take this for me real quick. I hear she's got a affiliate push going on.
For a second, I was confused if you were referring to me or your Sarah.
No, my Sarah is asleep right now.
Fair enough. Okay. They can find me at twitch.tv/wolfstalker16, where, yes, I am pushing for affiliate. I've been playing Mortal Kombat, and I'm very close to finishing the Aftermath storyline for that. So after that, I'll be moving on to Tomb Raider, or Crash Bandicoot.
Crunch
And...
Vandercat.
As Joe said, I am pushing for affiliate. I have met every goal except for the average viewer count. Slight reminder, if people you know are pushing for affiliate and you want to lurk by to help them, muting the stream does not help them.
No, it doesn't.
In order for Twitch to count someone as a viewer, they need to be on at least 5% volume.
Mm-hmm.
So I've had several people come by that lurked but muted the stream, so they did not, unfortunately, count.
It is like one of the dumbest settings. Also, if you get raided into, they have to take off the raid portion of the URL just for it to count as a viewer.
Yeah, they just have to
Yep.
click the name of the streamer again to get it to go away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like it's silly.
Twitch is
Better
silly.
refresh.
Weird. But Hat Potato 2, I believe CG said he wanted to go last.
I think he's the only one left.
I think he is. So yeah, Hat Potato to CG.
Hello. You can find me nowhere because I'm not much for social medias, but you can find me here every other Tuesday for The Curse of Strahd. And,
Whoops.
Tart, do you think we should talk about the thing?
Ignore that. Hold on. Fucking My tab just changed. Hold on. I revealed my mysterious one tab mysteries to the world.
I can't
We
believe
saw
you've done
nothing.
this.
Nobody saw it.
Don't look at the man behind the curtain.
Yeah. I was saving all my D&D note pages that I had up, so... But we're good.
I did. Oh, there's a wish list there.
Don't worry about it.
But yeah, Tart, should we talk about the thing?
Yes. Go for
All
it.
right. So, due to some unfortunate scheduling, but don't worry, Curse of Strahd will be taking a little bit of a break for most of this month. However, while we will not have a session tomorrow or next week, the week after, we're going to have a series of 2 one-shots back to back.
Yes, 2 weeks in a row.
Yee.
The 24th and the 31st.
Indeed. So all my lovely players are spared for a couple of weeks of the terrible horrors that I usually inflict on them, and they get a chance to inflict it back on me. So that's unfortunate.
Indeed. Yes, I believe on the 24th I will be running a one-shot for the group, and then I believe on the 31st, I think Willie is going to try his hand at running one.
Yes. They are, I believe this is going to be their first time DMing.
Yeah, I believe so.
Hell yeah.
Oh shit.
Hell
So
yeah.
everyone
Handsome
remember
DM.
to
Guys.
everyone remember to be supportive to the Wily Willy because they are good being.
Lime.
He's a handsome and a sweet bean.
Lime's
He's a
love.
very creative person, and I'm very curious what kind of story that will come out of his mind.
Lime's love or
Yes.
Lime's stab? Wait, what is it?
There
Lime's
is no
stab
in
or is it
between.
Lime's knife? I don't remember.
Both.
Like.
Probably,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Other than that, that is everything going on with me and
Hell yeah.
with Curse of Strahd.
Hell yeah. That just leaves me then. Hello, hello, hello. I am everyone's favorite pudding pastry, the one and only farting tart. I have had the lovely ability to DM this campaign for 50 sessions thus far, and we are going to be DMing it for a lot longer, but tomorrow I am going to be likely, depending on how I feel, likely returning back to the world of Yokohama and be playing Yakuza Like a Dragon. Besides that, a little bit of an announcement. 2 Mondays from now, on the 23rd, and I did mention this already, we are going to be skipping over session. We're going to have our wonderful friend CG here DM a one-shot for us that week, as we are going to be missing a few members of the party. So
Yep.
we're going to put it on pause for a week,
Mhm.
and we're going to come back to it the week after. But make sure to tune in for that one-shot on the 23rd, and we should have a good time.
You are spared buffoonery.
Yes. But it's time to raid someone. It's Monday. You know what day it is. It's time to raid Trials of Eidos.
Yeah.
Go tell Jake he's stinky and tell him you love him and that he's a handsome boy and that he has a really cool campaign setting or else.
Can I call him a nerd?
We can't call him a nerd.
You can call him a handsome nerd.
Call
I'll
him
leave it
Jawmite. He likes that.
He
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
he
that
do.
But
He loves that nickname.
yes, but go show him a bit of love. Let him know who sent you. We will be back next week for another episode of War of the Shattered Sun. Thank you all for joining us. And remember, pardon me. Remember, Black Lives Matter, Trans Lives Matter, Asian Lives Matter, and most importantly, you matter. We love you all, and we'll see you all next week. Bye bye.
See ya.
Bye.